dead round the corner. Mommy's on her knees, she had tears in her eyes, and her body knew why the young girl had to die. People look ashamed, it's been like this for years. Bloody sheets on her body, face wet from her mommy's tears. She couldn't have been over 4 or 5, and if mommy wasn't baked, she would still be alive. But now the street is a place, she could be swallowed by death. Brothers taking each other's lives and going to rest in peace. I wonder if heaven got together. My cousin died last year, and I still can't let go. I walk the streets of my city, of my neighborhood, seeing dope fiends living off canned goods. 15 niggas on the corner, and niggas die young in California. 5-0 or get a dope case and flaunt it. Have your ass on America's Most Wanted. But I don't slang or either gangbang. And though my old school homies do the same thing, I still got love cause you gotta live, so you can give and raise a family, G. But you gotta do your best playing D.O.P.E. So keep a grip on yourself and stay mellow. And welcome to the ghetto. 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 From across the seas comes cocaine, but you never seen a black man fly the plane. Look at the news, a young black death. Was it drug related? Take a guess. I flash when I look in the mirror black, cause my reflection is a 9mm gat. I think about genocide and have thoughts on my homies who died. Everybody backstabbing, but I ain't the one to talk, I'm in the gases. Death give a shit about your color, but yet I see more dead young brothers. I'm going crazy out here, seeing 24 brothers die by the end of the year, and I still gotta deal with the 5-0. And I stopped selling dope in 9-0. But if it came to it, I'd probably still do it. Put a 9 in my drawers, get straight to it. I hope that I never see the day that I get 20 years for a cake. BKA as a key to open up the door for the more money. But I ain't gotta do that, G, cause I'm down with the F-A to the C, to the U, to the L-T-Y, G-Nut, extra large, and S-P-I-C-E, making niggas feel like Jello. And welcome to the ghetto. 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 Welcome to the ghetto.
Hey, welcome to the ghetto. Welcome to the G-Lew show.
Welcome to the ghetto.
Welcome to Flashback Fridays. The G-Lew show sponsored by BTP Media Group, 93.2 Tweed FM, Ism. I am G-Lew. We got our special guest, the legendary super producer from the Bay, G-Man Stan, live on the premises. He's here in the green room. Let me do this right here, and we'll be right back after this message, right? The G-Lew Show Flashback Fridays with G-Lew and Queen Jeans. G-Stan coming up next.
Gold herringbone you ever saw. Groupies count the gold spokes on the Z's in my car. That California player life ain't never been Nathan phony. Diamonds laced in Lexuses, but this is for ballers only. Lamborghinis, 500s with plush kicks. No matter what you drive, as long as it's on head. Hugo Boss or Armani, ring that up. I went from 501s to guess. Now I'm strictly French cut. Why they let me do the dope? Knowing damn well I flow. Pass me the hand to rock, man. You can keep the cappuccino, crunching no pistachios. The players it's called the munchies. Could never be like you suckers, ain't never let a woman run me. Young OCO, got the back door, sucker free, rapping OT, representing players, bro. So if you're hating and debating when you hear this, don't blame it on us bonafide players, man. Cause it's some player shit.
Ain't no player like the one I got. Another hit from the bag, it just don't stop.
It's some player shit, but don't even trip. Ladies, do your thing, players, get your grip.
Ain't no player like the one I got. Another hit from the bag, it just don't stop.
It's some player shit, but don't even trip. Hating season's on, stick to the script. Glamour girls and divas on the year, we can freak it. Dooney and Bert, late night Victoria's Secret. And let Calgon take you away. Probably had a long day, let's take a cruise throughout the bay. Women think, oh man, that dance, I know what you mean. You can call me what you want, but I treat my woman like a queen. King size mattresses equipped to massage you. Cause baby like that flotation feeling when we be doing it. Breakfast in bed, proper broccoli to the head. Where's the postman? The players expecting some more bread. Robin and Dolly blended with the ripest grapes. Candlelight bubble bath. Do you mind if I take you where the birds and the bees go? Holla, play it up. Give me a little sugar while the chorus of the song flows. Yeah, baby, you know we gotta stick to the script and keep it on the smooth too.
Ain't no player like the one I got. Another hit from the bag, it just don't stop.
With some player shit, but don't even trip. Ladies, do your thing, players, get your grip.
Ain't no player like the one I got. Another hit from the bag, it just don't stop.
With some player shit, but don't even trip. Hating season's on, stick to the script. Dominoes, polka dice, game upstairs. Put your money where your mouth is. Trick, you must be scared. Haters don't never win, and players don't never lose. Ain't that little mama who you came with creeping in that room? Women get peeled, and suckers go out like Captain. Save them, they be moaning and groaning, but they be acting. Fools be hot, fly be telling, but ain't no stopping them. My boy Frankie J, he gets legal like Johnny Cochran. Narc still sweat when I make a bet that got the check endorsed. But way more than you made last year on the force. I had to come back through, but this time sharper than some steel. Writing shit like Sidney Shelton, keeping it on the real. It's the players of the haters, detected at the entrance. Memos only, cause suckers disguise. But it really makes no difference what you do, cause you can stop a soldier. Punk, I told you, we're taking over all us players and playettes. It's the Foster.
Ain't no player like the one I got. Another hit from the bag, it just don't stop.
With some player shit, but don't even trip. Ladies, do your thing, players, get your grip.
Ain't no player like the one I got. Another hit from the bag, it just don't stop.
With some player shit, but don't even trip. Hating season's on, stick to the script. G-Man Stan, and that's a real player. E4 ain't never been a hater. Tupac will always be a player. My boy Tretch can never be a hater. Ice Cube ain't never been no hater. Heavy D gon' always be a player. Ice-T, now that's a real player. My boy Coolio can never be a hater. Show Dog, now that's a real player. Spice One ain't never been a hater. So Def will always be some players. The 40 Thieves can never be no haters. My girl Passion, and that's a real player. Adina Howard ain't never been a hater. O.J. Simpson, and that's a real player. Yeah. Bill Bellamy, I'd never be a hater. Mike Tyson, you know he's a player. The 49ers, now them some real players. Jason Kidd, they'll always be a player. Gary Payton can never be a hater. Ed Lover, now he's a real player. And Fat Dre, you know he's a player. Suge Knight will always be a player. DJ Quick can never be a hater. Master P, now that's a real player. Richie Rich, he ain't never been a hater.
Hey, G-Lew, that's a real player. Welcome to the G-Lew Show, Flashback Friday.
Okay, what's happening, y'all?
What's happening, man? It's Flashback Fridays. G-Lew with my co-host Queen Jean. Queen Jean, what's up? We got a special episode tonight. We got a legend with us. How are you, Queen?
I'm good. Looking forward to getting some knowledge on our legend, G-Man Stan. I'm looking forward to hearing about his journey. So I'm good. Let's bring him out the green room, see what's happening.
Okay. Well, let's welcome our special. Let's welcome our special guest, the legendary G-Man Stan Keith, live on the premises. Good evening, sir.
Hey, what's up?
How you doing?
How you doing, homie?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Great.
Doing pretty well, as far as we could tell, man. You came in sounding like a player, man. Both just said it, man.
Right?
Man, he's a real player. He came in sounding like a player, didn't he?
Yeah, all saucy and stuff. Sounded like that picture on your Instagram page.
I told my son I had to get into the mood, come out of dad mode and go into producer mode.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, we ready for that.
Well, yeah. Now that we have you here, G-Man, why don't you formally introduce yourself to our listening audience out there? Let them know who you are and everything, and who G-Man is, just to give them a formal introduction before we get started.
Basically, I'm G-Man Stan. I got that name when I was first started producing rap music from Spice One. I'm actually a bass player, but people never get the distinction between the bass and the guitar, so they call me Guitar Man, and it ended up as G-Man Stan. So I've been doing this, man, for a while, since the 80s.
Long time. Yeah. And that was a question I was going to ask you later, but since you kicked it off, how was there ever distinction with you and Stan the Guitar Man? Do you know Stan? And I'm sure it's some history behind that. If you could go into that briefly, because I know you get mixed up with Stan the Guitar Man a lot.
Yeah, people call me Stan the Guitar Man Stan. They call me all kinds of stuff. And really my name, I'm Stan Keith, but I'm known as G-Man Stan. And it really got confusing because on a lot of the Spice One projects, I played guitar or bass and keyboards, and then they also had Stan the Guitar Man playing guitar on certain things.
Okay.
So there's been times where you'll find both of our names on the same song.
Right.
So we're different people. Okay. And I've never met him because, a lot of times I was working with a producer, Blackjack, a lot. And he was doing a lot of Spice One stuff. So I was doing a lot of engineering and playing for him because I play a lot of instruments for people, And he would do tracks in my studio, and then they would fly to L.A., and they would work on them down there, and they might do some vocals, and then Stan might come in and do some guitar on something I had previously played on. So sometimes, my keyboard parts will still be there, or I engineered, or a bass part, and then, Stan's doing guitar parts, or vice versa. So
right.
It's a small world, and we're both West Coast.
Right.
But he's a great guitar player. I think he was on tour with Joe C and a few other people too. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
He's
okay. I didn't know that.
A true guitar player.
Right. Stan got his fame, even though, like you said, he goes back further as well and does a lot of other stuff like you just mentioned, but he got mainly his claim to fame with working with Ruthless Records, Easy and Dre and that whole scene at that time, when Stan really got his name out there. So, shout out to Stan, man. I recently seen him too doing an interview, so he's still out there and active. So shout out to Stan. I just wanted to clear that up because I'm sure there was comparisons, over your career, and a lot of people, even when you look up G-Stan or G-Man Stan, then like you said, you play the bass or guitar, so people, I'm sure, get that confused. So we just had to clear that up. Thank you for clearing that up for us.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, you also mentioned, cats like Spice, who you've done a lot of work with, who we had on the show too. One of my favorite artists, all time. How far do you go back? And did you start with Spice, or were you doing things before that? How far do you go back, and who did you originally start with when you got in the game?
Spice was actually probably the original rapper that I started working with when I opened up my studio, and we did a lot of stuff together. We did. I did 187 proof with him, so that's me. I came up with the bass and the guitar lines, and Spice he had so many raps. We did so many things in my neighborhood, and I can't even remember all the stuff, but we did an album and Too Short DJ recorded it, and then they were able to shop a deal. So Pizzo came and scratched all over it and put it out as a cassette, and they were able to shop a deal with Georgette, who was able, Triad Records, and they were actually able to go and get a deal with Jive. And then that's when Georgette pulled in Blackjack and EA Ski and Ant Banks and everybody, and they ended up producing cuts all over that album. But a lot of that stuff we originally did before that. So it was on a couple of different CDs, a cassette and a CD, just done, executive produced by different people.
Right. And, you named some of my favorites by Spice, man. Definitely the 187 Proof, that album, In My Neighborhood, man, classic material, when I first really got on to Spice, and that was one of my favorites, that and 187 he wrote. So, and I know you guys did a lot of work later, in his later years as well, with Spice. You have a lot of credits under Spice One. So, shout out to Spice, man. Classic material you did with him.
Yeah. So that really put me on to rap music, because I was a musician, and I was touring and stuff, doing cover bands and backing up different acts, and I just started the studio. So I was coming from a kind of a R&B, and I was doing commercials and rock music and stuff, and that was really my first rap act, and gave me a little insight into the gangster rap and the whole feel. And that shaped a lot of my musical feel after that. I brought in the wah-wah guitars and just working with different producers and seeing what the whole flavor of the rap was in that era.
Right. And that was a cold era right there, man. That was the era. That was really like the best era, coming out the early 90s and to the mid-90s. When you got on with Spice, and he definitely became a legend himself, coming out of the Bay, small town called Hayward, California, and for you to be able to work with him and make your name with him, and he made his name with you all, made history. That's like, because Spice is a legend in the Bay, the West Coast hip hop period, and like I said, that was a cold time right there in hip hop. Like you said, when the gangster music was really popping. But you coming from the Bay, I'm sure you've seen a lot. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, well, I was saying, it's early, so, I was doing Spice, but then I started off JP, who was just in high school and came to me, beatboxing stuff, asking me if I could help him produce this or put his ideas on, and JP was crazy. As a kid, he beatboxed, we threw stuff on tape, he put it on the cassette, and went home and started slinging it at school, just that quick.
Right.
We did Quinn's album. We did Quinn's first album. Quinn. I did two cuts on that.
Quinn.
And then we had Marv in. Messy Marv was at 14 was part of a group called Hook Boogie and the Natural Posse, which is also from the Fillmore. So, I had a lot of these guys in when they were real young and just starting off. Sally Cell and Maul. So it's a trip, because I still see them today, but it's like we've known each other for so long,
Right. Hey, and you and JT also had a hand in starting off another West Coast rapper who became 15 years, 30, 40 million sold, the rapper, The Game. You and JT produced his first album. Could you talk about that and how that was working with The Game earlier?
Yeah. He was bringing Game in, and we were doing quite a few cuts for him. And then he got ready to do an album, so I did half of it, and I believe Sean T did the other half. So, we basically produced that whole Game album, which is cool because Sean T was one of the first rappers I worked with out of EPA. And we produced a lot of stuff. Sean actually was producing stuff, and I was playing guitar and bass for him and engineering. And he did all the Murder One Gangster and Papoose and Roots from the Underground. And then, later on, actually, Sean signed to me as a label. We did a joint venture and put him out independent on Young Gotti Records, which is my label.
Okay. Yeah, Young Gotti.
And then so after that, Sean went solo and did his own thing. And Sean's still producing and doing things, you know. But it's like we all kind of grew up in the industry together. And, you know, I still see people and, you know, it's like we've gone on, people got married, had kids and families and not much. But, you know, we still see each other from way back when we just starting off in the industry as youngsters.
Right. And all these people like you worked with early, man, became legends, you know, on the West Coast and hip hop, Selly Cell, Mac, Spice, you know, Game, you know, all of these people coming from the Bay Area. I'm sure, like I said, not only the people you work with, but you've seen a lot of other artists that you've ran across and I'm sure worked with at different times. Who are some of those other artists? Because you have a long, what is that? A long list of credentials that you have. What's the word I'm looking for? But you have a long list. You work with so many people, man. Who can you name some of those people?
You know,
what
really helped put me on the map was with all the Oakland cats was a Scary X needed to have a remake done, and he was with Earl from Righteous Records, and so we did Scary X, and I ended up doing Pooh Man's album. And then Pooh Man, when he went to do his next album, came back to me and had me produce the entire album. So I did 17 cuts, which is the first time I'd ever produced an album from start to finish. So, you know, and dealing with Pooh Man, he introduced me to a lot of people like the Delinquents and Drew Down and the Gov and Hamisi and just all these cats from you know, East Oakland that were doing a lot of things. You know, Mike Deed, Sonny. So, and then I ended up doing some stuff for Young Black Dynasty. And then I remember them doing things where they would bring in like Dangerous Dame, or they would bring in True Down, and just a lot of other guys when they were doing things, you know, but just like the I Got Five on It remix, but earlier. You know, so you'll find a couple of these cuts that have multiple people on there, you know, and in the same way, then I hooked up with D-Shot and Be Legit, you know, and then later on stuff with 40, but I'd done mostly East Palo Alto, Oakland, and some San Francisco, but most of my San Francisco stuff was centered around the Fillmore, but I had a cousin that had a record label, and that was Richie Rich, they call them Rich North's Fat Sack Records, and that's when I started doing Big Mac. And of course, when doing Big Mac, then I was introduced. I did some stuff for 11.5, and just kind of the whole Hunters Point thing. And then I ended up doing stuff with GRP, Gangsta Rhyme Posse, which I'm still working with. In fact, I'll see them in just 2-3 days. We're working on some new material.
Right, man. Man. You got too
many,
man.
Scoop,
you work with everybody.
You know,
everybody.
Oh yeah, everybody. You know, and a lot of these guys are young, you know, and they come on and they're doing stuff under different names now. But,
right. What part of what part did you originally come out of in the Bay? Were you raised in?
Man, I was raised in the suburbs. I'm from South City, South San Francisco. So I know when I first started working with the cats, they was kind of like trying to figure me out because I was a little bit quiet and I spoke a little bit articulate, kind of proper, and it was just because I was kind of square. I was raised in the suburbs, you know, and all my cousins were raised in the Bay, and they were on the streets more, but my parents kind of kept me from that kind of, you know. So I was musically inclined, but I really didn't know what people were talking about firsthand in rap, you know. But it's for a while there, it's like for at least 10 years, I had lost at least 2 clients a year, every year, to death by some kind of violence or jail time, you know. And it's like,
right.
It was I had cats from Black Dynasty, or Mexican Mike, or Pretty Black, and the list goes on and on. Katie Bo, and it's just it was a much different environment than I was used to coming from the suburbs. It's like cats will come to the studio, and then I might see him in 2 weeks, and then, so-and-so got shot, and he's dead now. Katie Bo left my studio with GRP, and he got shot like the next night, and it was just kind of a rude awakening to just how real that was. And so it gave me an appreciation of what this was for a lot of these cats rapping. This wasn't a hobby where they just got together and threw a little money down. A lot of them were taking penitentiary chances, in making the income to come in the studio. But when they came in the studio, they were serious. This was trying to obtain a life that would allow them to live past the age of 25, that would allow them to not end up in jail, that would allow them to maybe buy houses and do their family better. So it was serious when they were rapping. This wasn't a game or a hobby, and it was a awakening, and I really see that. And when I dealt with other people that were engineers or had studios or did music, I tried to make them aware that these cats ain't playing. This is life and death. It may look like they have a lot of cash when they come in here, but it was hard-earned cash, and they really took their lives into their hands to getting this cash, and they're trying to do something so that they aren't required to be like that.
Right.
So,
wow. Very true.
Yeah,
very
that'll give you an idea of where I was from and how different it was, and how I came to really appreciate that, on that street level,
That's crazy that you say that you're from the suburbs and square, because if you look at that picture, man, we got on the flyer. Hey, G-Man look like a real G, don't he, Queen?
Oh yeah, he don't look anything as like he's square, but I hear the modesty in your tone as well.
Yes.
Yeah, I hear the modesty. I wanted to ask you a question. Since you're an artist, how is rock and roll with rock? The difference with rock and rapping. What is the difference as an artist in the two, like sound and?
That's the thing. I do a lot of my music is rock influenced, or sometimes I'll try and do things like that because I appreciate stuff like some of the earlier Kid Rock, or he's such a sellout now with the whole Trump thing, but Kid Rock is a dick rider. He went from being down in the hood with Too Short and stuff to all of a sudden he's a Trump guy and bless America. But some of the earlier stuff where he had the rock stuff, or like you had Linkin Park, or some of the things that people do, that do that, I appreciate like the Gorillas and stuff like that, people that mix genres. But when I listen to rock, it's really just the chords and the drum drum programming and changes, because I really don't listen to songs as far as like rap lyrically thinking that's how I'm going to produce. I really just produce something that I feel or that's going to be different, and hope that it's something that meets what a rapper's looking for, that he hears it. If it's moving forward and it's angry, or it's it's kind of jazzy, it's going to fit their lyrics. So I really just kind of produce music on a music basis, and hope that, when I go through my library, somebody hears something, it's like, man, that would be perfect for my song, or that, reminds me of the song I was trying to write about my mother who passed, or they may have just had a baby, or they may, be trying to warn somebody, a friend passed and they was doing this or that. So I really just do music, and the whole lines between like rock and R&B or rap, to me, there's not really, it's just it's not musical, it's how they present their lyrics. And a lot of the way that they present their lyrics is because they're going on their experiences, So if you grew up in a rich white neighborhood, and, most of your problems are from the fact that your parents ignored you and just threw money at you, and you grew up one of them wild rich kids that never had any parental attention, you're going to have a different view on society than somebody that, was out there and they were losing friends from day to day, or they went to school and teachers didn't understand because they were black what their language might be like, style, what problems they might have, before and after school. So it's a different kind of an anger, and it comes from two different places, and that really, I think, is the difference between rock and rap, is you speak from your heart and from your experiences. And a lot of rap comes from, inner city or urban experiences, which is a lot more life and death at a young age.
Yeah, the street knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
That is a big difference. It's a big difference from the suburbs to coming from the streets, and especially up there in the Bay Area too. It's a big difference. Like you said, you come from the suburbs and you start dealing with brothers like Too Short that come from streets. So they rap about their experience with that time. Yeah. So
I've never really met anybody that had died until I started dealing with rap music. You know, because in the suburbs, you have older people that die, your grandmother dies, maybe somebody's aunt, uncle, but you really don't meet too many people in your age bracket that die. And once I started doing rap music, I started seeing people that, were not showing up anymore, that had passed away or went to jail. And you may not see them for 15, 20 years, My boy Ad Capone, he just got out, from Totally Insane. Or, Pooh Man was in there for quite a while. And it's like, wow, I've never experienced people leaving in and out of my life before like that until I started dealing more with people on the streets. But then they rap about it. So you can see why. And they're telling the story of why this happens.
Yeah, and theirs is more like you can understand the street lingo of 187. It rings a whole different tone than die. Like you were saying, grandmother died, and then you hear about a rapper, it's like a 187. So it's totally different. The lingo
totally
is
different.
like
They're wondering if they're going to make it past the age of 25 versus you're thinking people in their 70s, 80s, and 90s passing away.
Yeah, especially now
too.
It's like true. They're leaving earlier, like much earlier. The rappers now, they're checking out a lot earlier now.
Yeah, and you notice a lot of the older rappers are they sense a certain responsibility, and they spit game. They let them know, they're all alternatives to that. And you see even in their actions and the way they are. Like you see the way Mr. Fab is. Fab is very community orientated. And a lot of them are, speaking out about black on black crime and about unity and about educating yourselves. You got Locksmith, to me, who is one of the best lyricists I've
he's a great lyricist, he's dope.
Because when he comes in and paints a picture, his stories aren't like a hand-painted picture. They're like a detailed photograph, and you can really see everything. But, you have a lot of people that are not just trying to make money or tell the stories of where they've been and what's happening, but they're trying to enlighten you. This is what was happening and this is what goes on, but there's an alternative. There's another way, or you don't have to do this, And I really appreciate that because in my life, I don't smoke, drink, nothing, and it's like I haven't had to do anything illegal to get here. And I've always felt like, I can help mentor some of my clients. I'm not going to preach at them, but I just want to show them there are other ways, And some of them out there doing clothing businesses. Biaggi, who was, I did several albums. I started working with him when he was in high school. I think he's running a restaurant and got a clothing line, But it's like I'll see some of my clients, and they're doing good things. Starting off barbecue sauces and different businesses, and they're doing well. And that makes me feel good.
Oh, that was the homie. He was on here. Yeah. I'm glad you spoke on that, being that you don't smoke, drink, don't do anything, and you like to mentor and try to help different artists and preach good things to them. I wanted to ask you early on in your career, being that you came from the suburbs and started interacting and mingling and working a lot in the industry and with a lot of street cats, as you did, so many. Was it ever a time, I don't know if you came in younger or older already, that you were slightly influenced by the things, being that you know, because that's how it happens. You know, you come from the suburbs, now you're influenced by the inner city. Was it ever a time in your career early on when you were mingling with the cats and coming to the streets that you were influenced or started maybe saying, having to check yourself, maybe this is not me, or did you ever come across that, or did you always remain yourself?
There were a couple of times.
How you are now?
When I was exposed to things where I could have got into it, and it's like, nah, that's not me. You know. Still, it wasn't drugs or alcohol or anything. Actually, it was just chicks. You know, dudes running some wild parties, or somebody's going to run a train or whatnot. Now, you know, and you're young. You know, testosterone levels are high. It looks good, but it's like, nah, I'm gonna step away because that's not me. Because once you do something, you can never say I've never done that. You know, and I was in bands for years. I toured for 15 years. And, you know, I was always around people that were drinking and doing coke and smoking weed and, you know, had multiple chicks and this and that. And I always saw it as like a waste of energy because you spent so much time on your pleasures, but you never focused, which is why I built a studio, you know, acquired a home, and I moved my way out of there and started writing songs, composing for commercials and doing stuff. And it was like, that's all fun and it's cool. But at the end of the day, 10 years later, what do you have? A lot of notches in your belt, you know, a lot of money spent and gone because, you know, you drank it up, you pissed it out, goes up your nose, it's up in smoke, it's gone. There's no resale, nothing. And so I was never really tempted to get into that. You know, I always would just kind of step back and look.
Well, that's good. You stay true to who you are. You know, that's good.
I was going to say that. I respect that about you, man. That's respectable.
Yeah, especially in that industry. You know, it's tempting, but you stay true to who you are, which is salute to you for that.
Yeah. So, and then, you know, it's the same thing when I talk to people. It's like all money ain't good money. You know, all the glitters ain't gold. So you just have to be aware of that and think the long-term game.
Yeah. The respect level of it, too. Get a lot more respect that way.
Yes.
Cool.
Very true, very true.
Now,
ladies and gentlemen.
I've always told people
go ahead.
They don't have to like me, but they will respect me.
Right. And that's what you want in that industry, the respect.
The respect, yeah. And the same thing in your working ethics, you know. If you
just
engineer or you do a song for somebody and they're not happy with it, sometimes you got to eat it and redo something without charging them, because it's more important that when people walk out and they say, oh, yeah, G-Man engineered this or I did this at his studio, that they're happy rather than, okay, well, I got my money. If you're not happy with it, oh, well. No, it doesn't work like that, especially people don't understand if you're not in the street, especially when dude was out on the corner. He may have been out on the street for 2 days straight. And he could have got popped. He could have gone to jail. So it's a hard-earned money. Just because you feel like, well, that's got my hourly, it's like, no, you make sure that the project is done to the best of your ability, you know, and that he's going to be happy and that he's going to be able to try and get a deal or sell as many copies or whatever. Even if you're not feeling it or you don't really like his lyrics or if you think he's whack, it doesn't matter. You still do the best job you can.
Right, if he paid you.
You know.
Right.
Exactly.
Facts. Yeah, they paid you. You gotta do your job. I want to ask you, speaking on producing, engineering, which you've done both of them, and more things, instruments, and what do you find the love for the most, doing the production or just engineering and overseeing a project and all that you do in that aspect, as far as the two?
Definitely composing and production. You know, I like making songs. I like producing them. I like producing, actually, a lot. You know, when people bring in things and we can change it and mold it and fix it and fine-tune it and get it to where it should be. You know, but then I enjoy the engineering. Actually, I think what I enjoy the most is the fact that I don't do the same thing. I get to engineer. Sometimes I'll play some guitar. Sometimes I'll sing. Sometimes I'll compose. Sometimes I'll produce. Sometimes people will bring in singers on a song that's already done, and I'll do vocal arrangements and production. But I think what I like the most is that there's a variety, and every time I put my hands on it, hopefully it sounds better than when we started. And that's what I really enjoy, just making a contribution so that it's better when it leaves. And then I'm not stuck as just a producer or just an engineer.
Mm-hmm. And one more question on the production tip, then I want to go to a break. But I want to ask you too, in the mid-90s when you were working with a lot of artists, Spice and Pooh Man, and you kind of created a certain sound about you, that was recognizable, a certain type of G-Funk sound that you had. Did you, what made you come up with that sound, and was it a sound that you obviously liked? Was it a signature sound that you were trying to create, or was it just how it flowed with each artist?
Really, it was how it flowed. I wasn't trying to have a signature sound, but I have a really eclectic musical taste, so it comes from what I listen to. I was listening to rock or reggae, and with my R&B experience and playing cover bands, and then I did 50s music, with people. So it was like this melting pot, just like that was my recipe. Everybody has a little bit of something that they like, and those are the seasonings that I like to throw in there, and that's how it came out. My gumbo came out with that flavor, and no matter what I threw into it, if I threw some shrimp in it or some chicken or when I had some, crawdads, whatever, it's still, that was the seasoning that I used. So no matter who I work with, my flavor, that part of my flavor came through,
Right. Okay. Well said. It's Flashback Friday,
like
the G-Lew Show with our special guest, G-Man, Stan Keith. I'm here with Queen Jean. The phone lines are open as well if you want to holler at G-Man. The phone lines are open, 914-803-4001. Press 1 if you want to speak. This show is sponsored by BTP Media Group, 93.2 FM ISM, and OG Music. We'll be right back. I'm going to play this song right here that G-Man produced by the homeboy, the legendary Pooh Man. Let me do this right here. We'll be right back.
What you gonna do about them mark-ass niggas who may get in where you sit?
Well, we done already stumped the nigga rapping, right? Boy, old stupid. He's fucking hand whooping his ass.
Yeah, nigga, and it ain't over till we slap your ass with that big thigh, you bitch ass niggas.
But now, for you niggas, this for y'all. Now, short. I know you didn't think that shit was over, you little ugly ass nigga.
Over? Hey, it didn't even start. Bammer ass niggas in the pop that shit.
Get in where you fit in.
Motherfuckers been fitting in for the last couple of years, you know?
Wait, short, man, you check this shit out, boy. It's 90 motherfucking folk. And the players from the motherfucking real streets is gonna serve your ass.
Serve that shit, homie.
Ain't no love show. Now, miggity mic down, guns out, motherfuckers. Lo and behold, it's the kid from the gutter. Folks get on tapes and they sound so real. But real niggas don't get in court and squeal. Yeah, regard all that punk ass where I see your shit. Got understanding in your mouth like a bitch, little snitch. Pooh Man did it, he made me write it. Quarters and session show, and you've been indicted. Ho, trust the Oakland Buster, and you get no love from the gutter. See, we remember when you had to have a base rock cavi and a nice hot bath. Smoking and so get so too short. Just thinking about the day before. See, you never should have fucked with the real killer. I goes deep on you, dope fiend nigga. Got on the mic and called me a punk. And focus what you want, then here it is. Chuck dirty, try to fuck around and get my foot off in his ass. Less who ride mob, fuck talking bad. No, punk, let me check myself, partner. I ain't gon' box you, I'd rather ride up and drop ya. Battle rapping this weak shit, I'm down with this street shit. And you ain't shit but a weak bitch. The ugliest nigga in rap, trying to cap on the nigga from the motherfucking hood. So when I see you, it's all good. Nothing to say, ain't no love show. Too short, nothing to say, ain't no love show. Too short, nothing to say, ain't no love show. Too short, nothing to say.
And Banks, remix.
I brought it to your ass last year, but you didn't hear me though. It's 94 when Banks needs a little more. shorts tip like a jockin' little bitch. Riding around in your too short hand-me-down. I left dangerous, that's why y'all clowning now. The biggity banks, there ain't no giggity gangster. When the truth comes out, you ain't shit but a prankster. Tryna hang in my hood, looking out of place. With that blank ass look on your fucking face. Now get in where you fit in, chump. Can't hang on the block cause you ain't shit but a punk. So I ain't giving no room to assume you want some motherfucking funk to bring it to the groove. So bring it on if your ass wanna trip and just slip into this hollow tip, bitch. Blast that ass, yes I would. Cause on these streets, nigga, it's all good. Too short, nothing can save ya. Ain't no love show. Too short, nothing can save ya. Ain't no love show. Too short, nothing can save ya. Ain't no love show. Too short, nothing can save ya. Ain't no love show. Beep, 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 oh, there goes my pager, and it's your bitch, yo. I think I best to fade her. Took her to the motel parking lot. Little light-skinned bitch got just a little too hot. It's going down, panties coming up. Another trap bitch gets ultimately tough. Yeah, I think you found out and got jealous. Cause I was dicking your bitch and running back telling all the fellas. But you took her home and wanted to marry the bitch. I would've dicked her and dismissed her and buried the bitch. Stop spending all your cash and fix your teeth. Short dog must like being ugly. Came at a nigga wrong. Lil cavity creep walking around with Nikes on. Bitch ass nigga ain't got no heart. Be ready to finish anything your punk ass start. Cause I done funked with the best. So when you're riding in your Lexus, nigga put on the vest. And stay the fuck out my hood. Cause death is a factor, bitch, and it's all good. Hey, Dirty Ty, I think I got in where I fit in. What you say, Sean?
Did you? You look good in them shoes.
Short, man. You can't rap, motherfucker. Weak ass album, motherfucker. Only 2 songs on here.
And that wasn't cool. Motherfucker, man, it's the same beat.
Fucking with Banks, boy. You know, the same old Bankster.
Change up, man. Get with this real shit.
But it's like this, player. Me and these real hustlers from the streets, we up out of here. You got something to say to me, motherfucker? Fuck a rap. Let's take it up on the motherfucking streets and see if the niggas got your back. Bottom line.
No, they don't.
We up out of here, punks. Oh, by the way, Anthony Banks, you next, nigga. His Sonic, you next. And Ant Diggly Dog and Rappin' Ron, you motherfuckers better wake up and smell the motherfucking coffee. Cause you niggas gon' get fucked in the ass, bottom line, by the streets and by them niggas from Dangerous. I'm up out of your punk ass little bitches. Stay true to the streets, bitch.
Wow. That boy Pooh Man went in on that one. Rapper Coach Tay, West Last Friday.
Every day. All the time, I think about you. I think about you every day.
Welcome to the Bay, player. It's 1999. Back to the hustle with muscle, back to the grind. From the stove to the biggity yo, Richtown, Sac, Vallejo, Pittsburgh. Up in the yacht, man, they lay low for the profit. Can't nobody stop it. Premeditated shutter. When it comes to the sacking, shit, can't nobody do it better. Criticize the spies, but haters, they stopping Nathan. Open them up, peeling them up, frying them up like bacon. Somebody said you was the rapper of the year. Never to knock your hustle or your flow, but you ain't from out here where we bounce across the bridge and benches, launching ribs. Sweated by the pigs, $10,000 gigs. Y'all say you heard and word, but we be off the heezy. It's rapping so easy, born and raised in the beezy, fool. Don't get it twisted, my entourage is so thick and so sick, strictly dedicated to this player.
All the time I think about you.
24/7, 365 days.
I think about you every day. All the time I think about you.
24/7, 365 days.
I think about you every day.
Is that right? I went from steel-toed jabos to tailor-made clothes with infos, backstage shows, photos and coops, top notches and groups, mini skirts, leather boots, feeling this West Coast flavor, representing my roots. I'm not a killer, but I often get in the mood to pillar. Fools cat back, but I'd rather send a hood rat. 1990 Nina felonies, no misdemeanors when they come to the rap. We taking it back to the Frisco Bay. With a bona fide and certified G's parlay. My vocab is strictly game official, launching like a missile to the stars. Game tight with 48 bars, brandy separate rated in Vegas. If you catch me at Vegas, I'm probably living the life, shaking the dice, breaking them at the crap table. This ain't no fantasy or fiction like the videos. We out here doing it live. I don't think they hear me though. Hear me though. Hear me though. No.
All the time I think about you.
24/7, 365 days.
I think about you every day.
Zara, Zara.
All the time I think about you.
24/7, 365 days.
I think about you every day.
Stripping is a new fad. They've been doing that for years out this way in the biggity bay. Memphis hooking they fake. 36, 24, 36. Said she was down to put the licks up for kids. For people that did, hooked with a multi-millionaire. She blew back his wig and said, Daddy, here's your shoes and feet. Now would you be with me? Before I shook her, had to break her like a G. A mission impossible, an impossible mission. Resorted to the blueprint to see how I'm gonna miss her. Took her to the Doja spot where they get sparked a lot. Good luck, damn, but I knew she get got. I made my paper, my deed is done. Like a fugitive on the run. Still utilizing this game and keeping them all sprung. So all you suckers, keep your women out them strip clubs. We killing them the way we pillin' them with no love.
All the time I think about you.
24/7, 365 days.
I think about you every day.
Zara, Zara.
All the time I think about you.
24/7, 365 days.
I think about you every day.
Zara, Zara.
All the time I think about you.
24/7, 365 days.
I think about you every day.
Zara, Zara.
All the time I think about you.
24/7, 365 days.
Welcome back to the G-Lew Show, Flashback Fridays, with our special guest, G-Man. Got Queen Jean with me. That was rapping Folk Tape right there. Before that, you heard Pooh Man, production by G-Man. Hey, G, I wanted to ask you, we played some of that Pooh Man, controversial track, obviously, but that's a classic. I want to ask you, producing for Pooh Man at the time and all that, how did you feel about the controversy going on with him and Short? And I know it later was resolved, but how did you feel at the time being a part of that?
It's one of those things where you come in and you hear one side, and of course you're going to side with that person. So it was like, Pooh Man really felt that he had been wronged. They kicked him off the jive. He was in the movie, Menace to Society, and then he wasn't, So I could feel that Pooh Man was frustrated and upset and angry, and it was like, we're going to do these songs, So I was with it. I wasn't close with Banks and didn't know Short that well, and it was I was on the outside, so it was like, okay, if that's what you say it is, I'm gonna assume that's how it is.
I'm with the team, right? As you should.
Exactly.
You should. That's the team.
So it was, you pick sides, things work out, but Pooh Man actually, because the next album, he allowed me to just do whatever I wanted. He gave me a lot of creative freedom, on the Ain't No Love album. So, and that had helped a lot with how my sound was, and the same thing when I was doing a lot of stuff for French Braids, Ant Wiggins, and we did the stuff with Keisha Cole and Sean Cole Nutso, and he went down at Death Row, and we got a song with Tupac, but Ant Wiggins was another one that just pretty much gave me free reign. It's like, do whatever music you want to do, and then the same thing when I did deal stuff with RBL or with Frankie J with the Forte. It's like, what do you got? What do you think folk could flow to? And I just played them stuff, and Frank, they picked what they liked, but it wasn't all, I have to have this, or you got to do this. They gave me a free hand. I'm still working with Frankie and Forte. They was just in a couple weeks ago. They're working on some new projects. So and
because you had your hand in that Forte as well, especially that classic album he did, the Off Parole album, I believe, which went gold platinum. You had your hand in that as well. So I mean, You got a lot of I don't know if you keep up with it, but how many gold and plats do you have under your belt that you were part of, that you know of?
Yeah, I
you got to brag on you a
I
little
don't
bit.
even keep up. I know there's a few of them. I don't even, like I tell people, I think I've been on over 3,000 songs, touched them. If I haven't played on them, I've engineered them or produced them or composed them or sang on it or something. There's just so many. And then every time I turn around, it's like, oh, man, did I forget to mention them? Did I forget, I did some stuff with RBL, and Chris came in and we shot a video, and, we had Dre Dog or Andre Nicotina, and, Quinn came in with Quinn's son, and it's like, we had Christopher Williams up in here, we had Exhibit up in here, Ant Wiggins did a thing, compilation, and we had E40 and Drew Down and Too Short and Richie Rich and Sugar Free and Forte and Keek all in the studio the same day.
Wow. And you keep speaking on Anthony Wiggins. I don't know if the people know who he's a part of, but because you're saying that lightly, but these are legends we're talking about here.
Now, Ant Wiggins is also known as French Braids, and he did he produced the Street Thugs, Nutso. He helped Keisha Cole get in there and get the and when she got Interscope, and he was executive producing a lot of people, and he was doing film too. He did some stuff with Twice, and like I said, he was doing all the Bay Area Players compilations.
Right.
So he would come in and it's like, man, I had free reign. Ant would say he needs some beats, and he didn't say I had to do anything any particular way. So, doing stuff for AMW and Rel and, Lil Big, and just, a lot of times the execs that I really liked working with, they would have me do a lot of stuff, but it was like whatever I wanted to do. So it was always that I felt like the music was heartfelt. It was like, this is how I was feeling that day, or I was vibing that way. And I would just put it down, and then, man, these cats would come in and rap to it, and it was cool. It was like, man, it sounds so much better now that they have the lyrics on it. I like the song, but now that you got Sugar Free and Forte on it, man, or you brought Keek in, or, somebody in, Abila, laid that, and sometimes I didn't even realize how good a song was until somebody said they heard that joint that I produced and with so-and-so, and it's like, wow, because when you're making it, it's almost like when you're cooking, you're so used to it, but when somebody else tastes it, it's like they can really appreciate it. But the Bay Area Players, we did, man, I worked on 2, 3, and 4. Yeah. Plus, the other compilations he had, like I said, with Fat Joe and Drew, Juvenile, and a lot of these cats, he went back east, and did some stuff, and then he brought it back here, and then I produced a lot of the music, that was done with him. So I even did, out of the Bay, we did Squeeze, the first Mexican to ride the yellow bus.
Yeah.
And I was doing stuff with Black and Brown with Julio and them, Mr. Key.
Wow.
So,
man, you have a crazy catalog.
Stan.
Yeah.
Did you have any influencer who influenced you to get into the whole music industry? Was there any influences?
I grew up really. I was a bass player, and I was real big on Brothers Johnson, and that was my playing style when I was playing.
Strawberry Letter 22.
Oh yeah, and I saw him live, and I came up on a lot of Earth, Wind and Fire. But then the other hand, I had a lot of friends, so I was going out and seeing Journey, Loverboy, and then so I had a lot of rock influences, a lot of Police and Sting and stuff like that. But it really helped because as you see down in the 90s and stuff, people were starting to put that in their stuff. Puffy was putting in, they used Sting, Every Breath You Take, with the Biggie's Girl. And then they used Cashmere from Led Zeppelin, you know, with the Godzilla theme movie. And they just, you know, there's different stuff. Janet Jackson was using stuff from different rock groups, you know, and Aerosmith with Run DMC. So all this stuff that I had taken in growing up, because when I first started playing, you know, most of the kids in the neighborhood were white, so I was playing heavy metal as my first band experiences. But I always kept this in the, you know, it was in my library, you know, that was in my background. So when it came time to produce stuff, you know, I could take it anywhere you wanted to go. You know, if you want to get grungy with it, fine. If you want to get funky with it, I'll pull it. How funky do you want to get, you know? So.
But yeah, that was
cool.
the thing back then growing up. We were more open to a lot of more genres of music. We weren't stuck in a box as they are today. So we got to hear me as well. A lot of rock groups coming up, like you mentioned, Journey, Sting, and Police, and you know, a lot of different things. You loved all that music coming up. You know what I mean? And then you know you changed and got into this and that, but you got all of those genres in you early and young, so you could appreciate all of that music. You know what I mean? Opposed to being in a box, how a lot of people are today who probably don't know about different genres of music. You know?
Right. Yep. So when you need to pull, you know, you have a vast selection to pull from, you know. Or when you hear somebody doing something, I hear Jaquan, I know that's Nina, 99 Loft Balloons, and a lot of these youngsters, they don't know because they didn't grow up listening to that. That's where they got that sample from, or that's where that came from, or that lick came from. Yeah. Yeah, that's where that came from. I know exactly where it came from. And sometimes I'll pull stuff out that I like, you know, just 4 notes. And it's like, I'm going to build a whole song off of this because I always liked the way it felt.
Right. And, hey, G-Man, you also did some early work with a group I really loved that came out in the mid-'90s out of the Bay, who I thought would really become more major than they were. You know, they had a couple hit songs, and then they kind of fizzled out. But the Who Riders, you tell us about working with them early on. I really used to like that group, man. They were dope. I thought they would become more bigger than they were. But I really loved them when they came out, man. I know you produced for them as well.
Yeah, I was helping them. We were recording their radio show that they had down in L.A. We would do all the voiceovers and stuff up here. And it's a trip working with the Who Riders because that's Saphir's little brother. And I had actually worked with Saphir in the late
I didn't know that.
80s, early 90s, because there was a football player, Reggie Ransom or some football player was bankrolling him, you know, trying to get into the rap game as an exec, and that's when I met Saphir. So, you know, we've been friends ever since. You know, I still talk to him every now and then, you know. And
okay. I didn't know that was Saphir's brother. Wow.
Yeah. Hassani. Saphir's also got a brother named Akil who sounds dead on him, you know. And that's kind of how I met Exhibit, too, was, you know, Saphir used to be with them. Right. And then the Hobo Junction, and then, you know, the whole...
Hobo Junction.
And Jeremy, and they're connected with the Digital Underground, you know. But that's a whole different kind of genre because they're more hip-hop and I'm more rap, you know. But, you know, it's cool, you know, and it's just... Everything is interconnected and hieroglyphic, and you know, even like when I did stuff with Guapale, you know. So it's the Bay Area.
Guapale.
Yeah.
What happened to her, man? Wow, you naming legends. There's so many people. I really thought.
I believe Guapale moved out of the Bay Area,
man.
but when I talked to her brother, he said she was doing real well. I forget exactly what, you know. But it was really cool to work with her because that was more like neo soul, you know, and you know that was big from the Bay too, you know. And I worked with Lettucey. I remember Lettucey was still in high school when I worked with her, and she was working with a Filipino rap group doing vocals for them, you know, just like Keisha was only like 12 or 14 when she was doing vocals for Aunt Wiggins groups, you know, and. It's like, wow, all these people have passed through, and it's like, I remember them now. You know, they're big, but I remember when they were just kids, and we were all just trying to do anything, you know, working on projects, working towards a dream.
Right. Let me ask you this: moving forward, fast forward, what do you think about being that you were involved in so many classics and a legendary time in hip hop that you were involved in the '90s and the early 2000s? What do you think about hip hop in the present day in 2020? It's changed a whole lot, but we all know it's a young man's game, and they have their lane right now, which is, hip hop is the number one genre. So we got to give respect to that. But what do you think about hip hop in 2020 opposed to when you were more heavily involved in it?
I actually I work as a bouncer 2 nights a week at a club just so that I can be current.
Okay, I see it now. Okay, I see now.
A night, and I'm listening. I get to talk to all the DJs. I hear what's new. I keep my, current on what the mixing styles are. And all the young groups. And I have to admit, I don't listen to a lot of lyrics, but what I hear is the music and the cadence. And I like the way that they change the rhythms up and the way that they spit. And I like the way the music is a lot, the new stuff, I like it. Even though they talk about stupid stuff like dropping Tide Pods.
There's really no,
or
like you said, it's not about lyricism. It's more about the cadence and the beat. Yeah, because there's more or less lyricism and like you said, more about the cadence and the, I guess, a vibe they put out there that obviously is taken off. But yeah, I understand
sometimes
that.
They say the stupidest stuff, but it's catchy.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, they're not saying anything really, but it's working for them.
It's musical.
And it's, yeah.
And me being music-based more so than anything, it's like, I'm digging it because I'm not really understanding the words, but I'm not paying attention to it. But it's the cadence, or how they did this, or, that's kind of tight how they switched this around and they used this old song, but then they did this kind of a trap beat to it. It's like, it's a trip. And I'll hear stuff that a lot of people won't hear. And it's like, wait a minute, I hear so-and-so song in here, the way that they flip this. There's a song out now, and it's like, man, I remember doing this beat for D-Mac, who was a kind of an unknown rapper in the Bay Area in 92, 93, but yet it came big, and it's like, okay, or you'll hear different stuff, and it's like, wow, things don't really change that much. They just kind of mutate,
Right.
And that's why it's like, these young rappers, lyrical content, skinny jeans, makeup, all that stuff, it's like whatever. Because I know cross colors and stuff look crazy to people, and if you look at the Fresh Prince, that stuff looks kind of crazy. It's saggy pants, all this stuff. Everything, every generation or every new musical movement is going to look crazy. So, and the lyrics are going to sound crazy because when they went from, Rapper's Delight, hip hop, and to gangster rap, it was like, oh my God, slapping the hose, and shooting people. And it's like things continually change, and every generation is not going to appreciate the other generation's stuff as much. But to me, musically, it's cool because I like how it keeps moving and how it keeps changing and how they are able to fit words into different rhythms.
Right. The only thing I can say, like you said, I agree with everything you said. And I want to ask you, too, about being a producer. What do you think about the new sound? How it's a trap sound, one thing. But on the other hand, I want to ask you, what do you think about how what I don't like, but it works again, so no knock to the youngsters, don't get mad at me, but how everything sounds the same, though. It's like no originality. You take one or two certain sounds or rappers that they have now that are big, and everybody sounds like them. The production sounds the same. So sometimes you hear a lot of the stuff on the radio or whatever from the new artists. You can't tell who is who because they sound like the other dude.
But
you know what I mean?
On that,
what do you think about that?
The industry has always been to a certain extent. It's like if everybody's selling ice cream, they want different flavored ice cream, but they don't want frozen yogurt. They don't want cake. That's what they're buying, and it's really the record companies and the radio that do that. If everybody is on this, you have to have a song that sounds like this because this is what they're buying.
Yeah.
And this is, they don't want to gamble on something different, so they want everybody to be in the same vein. And then when somebody comes out with something different that goes big, then they all want to jump on that boat. And that's pretty much how commercial music is. And you notice that the way that music is marketed and the way it's commercialized and the way it's done with the media and the downloads, or you only got to buy one song. Nobody buys an album. Nobody looks at the album covers to see who produced it or who guest on it or what company. You know, it kind of like I compare commercial music a lot to bubble gum. You know, when you get it, it's got that flavor, and then after a few minutes, it's gone. But you don't care because you spit it out, and you get another one. Or it's like fast food. Yeah, it's good, but you know, it's not no sustenance, but it's good, tasty. But then it's you know, here and gone.
Just like fast food. Fast food.
Yeah.
Fast food.
Just lasts a little bit.
You know. It's fast food.
And that's what they're marketing to, though. They're marketing to kids. They're marketing to people that are just like, you know, we're going to dance to this, and in about 6 weeks, we're going to be tired of it. You know, and it's like, oh, this one got some Latin in it, cool. And then everybody jumps on the Latin thing. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, you know. But it's like once they're doing the Latin thing, everybody jumps on the Latin. Or they doing the trap thing, everybody got to jump on the trap. Or they doing this, you know, and everybody jumps on it. And it's because that's how the market is driven. So people, a lot of times, if you want to make money, you got to get with the program.
Exactly, and that's true.
With the time.
Let me add this, G. Just like you said, that's popular music, and it has always been that way with the popular sound. But let me add this, playing devil's advocate. Even though that has always been the case with popular music, with rap, hip hop, when it goes mainstream commercial, but we still had people say you were from the Bay, San Francisco, Oakland, you know, or L.A., you know, or Texas, the Ghetto Boys, or Miami, you know what I mean, or Philly or New York. You knew those people were from those areas, though. Now it's like, again, the sound is the same, but they sound the same in the sense where somebody from California sounds like somebody from Atlanta. Or, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but then you have, I mean, like they had DJ Mustard who kind of bit the Bay sound.
Yeah.
So he had all this stuff coming out, and it sounded like he was from the Bay. But then you got people like, I remember where you have Nelly, who paid tribute to the Bay on that song where he sounded like Short and Spice, and he sounded dead on him. So, I mean, you know, then you have Drake, who bit Forte's stuff. So it's like, we still have our areas, but it's not as identifiable because everybody's just trying to dip into whatever they think is going to make the money.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
But you got some of these new artists, Mozzie, and, you know, some of these cats that do have a definite sound.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
But whether they'll be large, commercially large, you know, we'll see. But maybe they're not interested in selling out to the point to where they are that big. You know, maybe they're looking at a long-term game like Tech Nine. Tech Nine did Tech Nine, period. You know, and I mean,
he changed the game.
An awful long time, but.
And he changed the game. I'm glad you mentioned Tech Nine because that's where really what Tech Nine was doing years ago is what is going on in industry today, and which I wanted to speak on off of what you just said, being that a cat like Mozzie or whoever, a local kind of cat, can be regional and be good because now you have the game in the industry where it's took a turn where it's digital now. Like you just said, you can download, you can do this stream. So you don't need the labels. You don't have to be go triple platinum or be on the radio everywhere in the country to do pretty good for yourself. You know what I mean? Because it's a different game now.
Yeah.
You don't have the middleman, the digital era, and people can put out their own stuff. So that's a good thing as well. What do you think about where the game is today in that sense?
In that sense, if people are smart and they know that they need to do shows and stuff to you know, support that, you know, that's how you got Andre Nicotina. You had Mac Dre doing the same thing, Tech Nine. They were like the pioneers of the independent doing of that and just having a crowd, you know, having a fan base. I've seen some cats, Dom Kennedy, and some of these cats too that do well too. and you see shows, and it's like, man, these guys are great, but they're not major. But then they're full enough of a fan base to where they could go out and they can do shows and they can do downloads, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So
and they can live pretty well. They can do good for themselves. For sure, for sure.
And once they have that fan
one
base,
more thing. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say one more thing on the artists you spoke about, independent artists. You spoke Dom Kennedy, Mozzie. We have one more. I always like to ask our guest because he passed away recently, but left a major mark on the industry. And he was a younger cat, but one I really admire and appreciate and respected because he did it the right way, not only with the music, but everything he did to show a way for these youngsters, a blueprint for these youngsters of how to do it, not only with the music and financially and be popping, but to make a difference in their community and set another standard, which was Nipsey Hussle. I want to ask you, were you in tune with what he was doing and aware, and what do you think about the impact he's had since his passing?
I really wasn't aware of Nipsey Hussle until he passed, and then I started reading about a lot of the projects that he worked on and, the positive aspects of, black-owned businesses, and even looking into the, the diet, and health aspect of it, and it was like, wow, and apparently because the more that I see people commenting and, lamenting his passing, the more I can see that it was very widespread, but it's always, when people talk about him, it's always from kind of an intellectual angle, because it was like they feel like he was educating. They gave him so much game, so much knowledge, and so it's like people like that, it's like they're gone way too early. Because you can only imagine the effect that they would have had they had another 5 or 10 years to spread, the word like they did. If it affected people like this in that amount of time, you can only, guess at what it would have been. But because of the way that he was doing and his message, it's like he might be gone, but his message and the way that he is rolling is still moving forward. It's still got momentum.
Yeah. Yes, yeah. He's like the new, I don't want to put them in the same boat. I don't even want to use that, but it's for an example, like a Tupac, how he for this newer generation, and not only the newer generation, older people, like everybody embraces and respects everything, especially if you're from L.A., but just just hip-hop, period. Like you said, a lot of people got onto him later when he passed, but his impact is impeccable and will live on similar to a Tupac, because it was like bigger than the music, with him.
Exactly.
And his music was dope. Yeah, so I just wanted your take on that. Rest in peace, the legend Nipsey Hussle. I want to go to the phone lines, man. We got some callers out there want to speak to you. I don't want to talk too much. We got some callers who want to tap in with you, G. So let me go to the phone lines. Caller, hello. You're live on the line with G-Man. Hello. Oh, my bad. Caller, hello.
Hello? Hello?
Yo, what up?
What's up, man? What's up, young Jeff? What's up? What's up with young G-Man Stan one time? Gary Archer on the line.
Gary, what's up?
What up, G?
How y'all doing, man? Man?
Good.
What up, homie? We're doing good, man. Thanks for tapping in with us.
No doubt,
Gary,
man.
Way back.
I seen you on the Instagram posting, G-Man, and I'm like, man, this, first of all, like, G-Man a real humble guy, so I don't think people even understand the impact he had on just the whole music scene, let alone the Bay Area music scene. Like this, G-Man took it from funk to hip-hop. Like he's the one of the very few transitional pieces that was able to go from one genre that he was very successful in, doing very well, and said, you know what, I'm going to open up my studio and try to record these kids with this new rap music. And this is, I'm sure, like he was saying, I didn't get to hear the whole interview, but this one, it was real expensive to record music and real hard to record music. Right. There was no Pro Tools. There was none of this. There was a record button and a pause button, and you had to spend $350 for a 2-inch reel, and that's how he knew you were serious. And you come in there and then people, and And then imagine having to mix this down live, no automation, with tape marks and going and cutting the tape and taping it back together, splicing and creating this stuff in front of our eyes, which Pro Tools and everyone came and said I could do it easier. And I'm telling you that there is no Pro Tools without G-Man Stan. There's no Bay Area. There's no E40 Too Short. None of these people at the level they are at without a G-Man Stan early in everyone's careers. And he's just very influential. I don't know if people know that he's one of the only people ever to record Coupe Nut when he was alive, right there in South City. That's when I met G-Man Stan, when he had a South City studio. I was a young kid in the game, had a little group, and this dude's one of the most humble, solid individuals on the planet Earth. And it's very blessed to be on the phone with him today, and I hope people are listening to get on that Google and look that this person is very, 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 very important in the history of the Bay Area music scene, West Coast music scene, and the transition from funk to hip-hop.
Wow.
Well said.
Wow. Well said, Gary. Gary, that was like, wow. Well said, homie.
Which brought back some memories. I think I got a DAC tape with Gary rapping on it somewhere.
Come on, man. I told these kids it's expensive to get me on a rap, bro. Like, I tell them, these rappers want me to help them. I'm like, bro, if I could rap better than you, bro, I really don't want to help you, bro. Like, I shouldn't be able to rap better than you.
hey,
this
but
is
Gary,
crazy.
Gary, that's what I was just asking. That's what I was just talking to G about, though. But most of the rappers now are less lyrical and more about the cadence and the whatever hook or whatever they're doing. It's like
Chuckman, yeah,
different time now.
Yeah,
you know.
But you got to understand that the beauty of the old school recording in these hard studios and the money involved and everything was that everyone that ran these studios were experts. So basically, when you went to the studio, you're going to music school, right? So you're going to music school and you're learning what a bar is, what measures are. You're learning all this shit through tutelage of watching. So we were forced to become great. And understand, people before, there was no digital, so everyone knew how to say they rap before they actually went into the studio. See what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers said they rap. Right. People now can't even say they rap. They'll write a rap and can't even say it. And I'm like, dude, this is uncontrollable.
They auto-tune.
Right. They can't perform.
Yeah, we spend a lot of time teaching
they think it's cool.
people to
they think it's cool.
Count bars
some people say they want to do that. And the whole hype is, without the teacher, I can't blame the student. That's all. Like you're in the ocean floating around until someone shows you to get rid of that sail and put a motor on your boat. You don't realize it. You're doing okay. There's very and far people like G-Man and myself in between where these people are just recording in their room, getting an online plug-in, mixing their shit like shit, mastering it like shit, and just uploading it to their Spotify, hoping to get an audience.
Right.
Because it's a quick move for them. To us, it's like when the lottery came to California. I don't know. I mean, like, I'm old enough to remember when the lottery came, and it felt the same way. Like, you're telling me that we can actually go make our own music and actually spend our own money, press them, and if we can convince someone to buy them, we make money, just like Girl Scout cookies. And I'm just saying that there's so many people that want the paycheck and don't want to do the work, and that's why there's so many people that aren't taking it as serious. And the ones that are blowing up, it's like the lottery. Everyone wins the lottery every week, but there's millions playing. Millions playing. So they can't take it as normal.
Wow. Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Man, you broke that down so
that's
crazy.
A realistic
that's real
look
shit
at
right
how it is now.
Wow. Ain't it though, man? That's real, bro. I love how you broke that down in terms of, you know what I mean? That's real. Go ahead.
And to me, it's hard to know how far you got to go if you've never seen someone travel. So that's basically what it is. They see the highlights and the perks. Like, we didn't have Instagram and none of that stuff, so we physically had to become something. Like back in the olden days, I couldn't decide what my reputation was. I had to live my life, and my reputation was what I did. Like I couldn't fake none of that shit. I couldn't call someone a punk from inside my house because they'll be waiting outside my house. Like there's real repercussions.
Right. Yeah.
And the greatness of the computer also created this aspect of, I don't need to respect anything, which is cool. Just don't expect respect in return. So there's a space for everyone doing music at all levels, any kind of genre. It's just up to you to find your own audience. I tell people all the time, if the audience is not entertained, it's never their fault. Never. It's our fault. It's our job to figure out who our audience is and then go entertain them. It's it. And then it's easy. But if you just sit around thinking you're fresh, that shit ain't happening. This ain't the Publishers Clearinghouse. Ain't no one coming to no one's door, knocking on their door, talking about I heard your dope. That shit don't happen. You gotta be at the lottery to get picked, is all I'm saying. So like, I learned a lot, and I wish I had these tools the kids have now, because it would be way bigger than we ever were. But thank God we have these, and people should be taking advantage of them. Like there's so much knowledge on these smartphones that no one's accessing. They all talk about they ain't got no time, they ain't got no chance, but they're caught up on every Netflix show. They talking about they can't do that, they can't show up to the gig, none of this shit because they want to sit around and smoke weed all day. Cool. And I'm just saying that there's a reaction to an action. And if you want a great reaction, your action has to be just as good. It's not practice, it's perfect practice. You got to practice with perfection. You got to go out there trying to be better than anyone you've ever seen, not anyone you know. Hope you better be the best person you know. That's the beginning. Like you couldn't beat a rapper if you wasn't the best on the block. Bro, you had to do something else. Pass out flyers, tell me something. Like, it's just what it was. It's just,
nobody wants to invest in themselves. Everybody wants producers to give them beats, but then they want everything free. Yet they all got the newest Jordans, they got jewelry, and they got 24s or 30s or whatever they running on cars now. But, they'll put money everywhere except into their career, And then
of course,
they wait, why I ain't got no beats? Why my stuff sound like garbage? Because you at home recording on free Fruity Loops in your closet and trying to make us buy this stuff, but yet you bid it, but your tracks sound like garbage. And I don't know if it's a sense of entitlement or what.
That's part of it. What it is they don't, like you said, they don't invest in themselves because they don't believe in themselves. That's why they're looking for they're looking for other people to validate it. Now, if I meet someone and they look unsure of themselves, I know that. I know they're unsure of themselves, so I'm not going to consider them great. I'd much rather see someone not great but consider themselves great and know they have work to do. To me, that's great. But when you walk around and you don't want to invest in yourself, what do you want me to do? Is what I tell them. What do you want me to do?
Yeah, you won't even invest in yourself. You think I'm gonna put
not
my
even
money
time.
in you?
Not even
time.
Fuck the money. If you ain't got no money, you don't want to put the time in. There's been people I've seen put the time in. My old partner Repo Dan, one of the most talented dudes on the planet. I put up the money for all that, but he also put in the work. When I met Fab, me and my brother put up all the money with Fab, but he put in the work. Which in turn made us put more money in the right places.
You're going to show up, you're going to have the lyrics done,
all that, and be hypercritical on your shit. You gotta be hypercritical before it leaves that room. Like, that's the last chance. You don't get a chance to explain the recording session, your beats, your mix. When someone hears the song, they're judging it. They're judging it on all the greatest music out there. There is no introduction. It just plays. So if your music doesn't speak for itself, don't play it. You can't play it. And I'm just a different generation, but I understand the new generation. I fuck with them all the time. I try to teach them to get better. I try to tell them that how are you in school and you don't have no fans? That lets me know something. You're not likable. People think it's about just being good. It's about being likable. If you're not, bro, many people take chances with you. As you know, G, you've did stuff with people that you normally wouldn't do. And all this stuff plays in the fact is, do I like this person? And it goes from there. Do I like them? Can they become great? I like them more? Or does it fall off? And these artists don't realize the music, that's the soundtrack. No one gives a fuck about a soundtrack unless they've seen the movie. But no one wants to show no one the movie until they play the soundtrack. And I'm like, fuck that. You go show them the movie for free, and they'll buy every fucking song off the soundtrack. Period. Because I like the movie. I like the movie. I'm fucking with the soundtrack. Period. But,
man, Gary,
yo.
Nah, go ahead. I was just saying, man, you got some cold game, man. It's like, man, I appreciate everything you spoke on right now as you came on the show. You know, it's just been all the way 100% real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All the way real. That's all I can say, man.
And I know G-Man's going to be on there and be humble. That's all. G-Man was going to be humble and talk shit about the industry.
Of it.
But I'm just letting you know, G-Man one of the greatest. And that's the only reason I wanted to call. That's the main reason I want to call is to give G-Man his props, give him his roses while he's still here. Period. There is no Gary Archer without G-Man Stan. In case you didn't know, like I gotta give the man part of the credit of who I am, because he helped direct me in a time where I was still new learning. I was able to ask G-Man questions, and if he didn't know, he'd say, I don't know, let me find out. We had people we could call next days. Like, it wasn't now. Like, now, that's what I'm saying. You're a sucker if you don't know and don't pick up your Google and look and figure out who are experts at this shit. Like, we had to find out. And I was, like I said, it was so lucky to find G-Man. So lucky. To my brother Jazzy and all these, like, DJ Amassans, and that helped me connect with this dude. And it's just, like I said, I wasn't going to let this interview go by with your listeners without people knowing how much of a fucking major pillar G-Man Stan is, period.
That part. Hey, we know now, man. Shout out to the homeboy Gary. Gary, you came in and represented, man. We appreciate you, Gary. You really came in and gave it up for G-Man, man. You know, as we all should know already, but you gave it up. Appreciate it, bro. Love to have you back soon as well. We'll talk offline, man. But much respect,
no
Gary.
Doubt. Blessings, man. I got to get back to what I was doing, man. I just want to take a couple minutes and tell G I love you, bro, and thanks for everything you've ever done, bro. Period. And thanks, Jeff, for having me.
Thank you.
All right, one love.
All right, loved one. Peace, loved one. That's the homie Gary. Phone lines are open as well. Anybody else out there wants to speak? We have some more callers that press 1. If you want to speak, press 1. Also, calling number is 914-803-4001. We have legendary G-Man Stan. Hey, G-Man, tell the people what you have going on these days. I know, like you said, you transgressed from hip-hop and, you know, as you always already do, touring and doing work with bands and a lot of different things. What do you have going on right now in this 2020 as we just kick off this new year, 2020 vision? What's the vision for G-Man Stan right now?
You know, I'm looking for projects to work on that are different from stuff that I've done before. You know, I'm always looking to expand my musical direction and try something that doesn't sound like everything I've done before. But I'm still working with, you know, like I said, I'm working with GRP. We're working on an album right now. Hopefully this should be done in the next month. I'm still working with Forte. Frankie J called me up. We're doing some projects. And I got a couple singer that I was working with before when I was playing in bands. His son is rapping, so I'm about to start doing some stuff with him. I had a cat named Ed King I was working with, and we were doing a lot of rock kind of feeling stuff, you know, which was cool. Which was cool, you know. And he did some stuff with Burner, and we had Mike Marshall on the project, and Fab, and my boy Turf Talk. You know, Turf Talk is actually one of my favorites.
That's my guy. That's my guy, man.
Whenever he does a guest appearance or you know, on something, he always comes hard. And it's like, I love when he comes in.
He's very underrated. He's very underrated, man. I thought he's another one.
He came in and spit a verse on one of our songs, and then he after he heard the other verses, like, this ain't tight enough. He came back and spit some more heat, and I was like, but that's what I love about Turf. You know, anytime he does a feature, it's 110%. You know, and I think people, they sleep on it. You know, I had Max Sean in not too long ago. I had a guy Mo Money doing some stuff that used to be with Crushadelic. So I mean, I'm in the studio with Mo Money tomorrow. He's from Berkeley and West Oakland. So
man,
Chipper Boys,
Chipper Boy, I got a song by them I wanted to play that you did, man. That shit was classic as well. Man, you work with so many, like Queen Jean. This guy's worked with everybody. I mean, from the biggest acts to the cats you've never heard of, he's done it, man. It's just like, I mean, that's why I wanted to ask you what's next up for G-Man. But you said it. You're still working, still active.
Still doing stuff.
Anything
Young
else?
Selsky just moved down the street, trying to get him and do something, because I haven't worked with Selsky in over 10 years. So it's like a lot of my old school clients are either coming back or doing things because a lot of people are dissatisfied with this new rap, and they want something a little more lyrical, and a little more depth. And then, I still have some new people popping up here and there too. So I'm not ready to throw the towel in yet, And I hear stuff sometimes at the club, and it's like, oh, I'm feeling that. I need to get on that kind of a vibe, and it'll inspire me to go home. I might come home at 3 o'clock in the morning and open up the studio and start working on a song.
Right. Hey, man, I heard you have a phenomenal studio as well, man. I would love to come check you out one day, but I heard you have a phenomenal studio, brother.
Is that the studio on the flyer?
Man, that shit is phenomenal.
It probably is, yeah.
Yeah, it's nice. That is a nice studio, from what I've seen on
the
flyer.
Studio. I heard about it, though. I've heard firsthand about that studio, so, man, much props. Also, I want to ask you, do we have anything else besides the music coming up, like maybe a book, a documentary that you could, since you have so much history in this game and so many things that you've done, I'm sure a lot of it's been documented and recorded. Can we look out for any type of documentary or maybe a book, autobiography by G-Man in the future?
Probably not for a long time, man. Right now, I'm really involved. I'm doing martial arts 3 or 4 days a week, teaching kids.
Okay. Big G.
I do a lot of scuba diving.
You see Big G?
I do.
Big G.
I do
a
lot of stuff.
He said I bounce at the club. He said I bounce at the club a couple nights a week.
Yeah, I work as a personal trainer sometimes. It's like
I'm humble, but I'll knock your ass out.
I diversify. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, you gotta keep that right. And you do lobster diving
you look like
too,
you like a cold G though,
Yeah.
G. You humble in suburbs. You look like you was a cold G though, bro, from the picture, man. So it's like, man, don't be playing with G. Don't be thinking it's sweet. You know what I mean? But all jokes aside though, man, I really, man, appreciate you coming on the platform. And another thing I want to ask you, if you want to put it out there, any of your contact information where they can follow you or get at you for business with beats, if they want to consult with you about doing some business, let them know where they could, how they can contact you or connect with you on a business level.
Okay. Yeah, you can find me on Facebook, G-Man Stan, or you can find me under my real name, Stan Keith, or I think I even got an Instagram. But
yeah, you do.
Or just you can find me. You can just get a hold of somebody that knows me. You can Google. If you find any artists that I've worked with, they know how to get a hold of me because I'm still cool with all the people I've worked with in the past.
Hey, and I also want to say that Queen Jean and G, we made history tonight because I don't know how many. I don't think you've done many interviews, but it's definitely not too many online out there because we were trying to do some research and just dig up some stuff. So I want to let the people know we made history tonight by interviewing the legendary G-Man. So now you can go on YouTube and check out an interview from G-Man in care of the G-Lew show, man. I'm glad we made that happen tonight. We made history because we got G-Man. You're not going to find many interviews on G, so you got one now.
This is my first.
This is your first?
Yeah, see, so
this is my first.
We made history.
Oh, yeah, we're honored. Yeah, we're honored. Yeah, we're totally honored.
We made history. We made history.
My boy Jeff has got at me a couple times, and I'm just always so busy doing stuff, but it's like he's such a cool dude. I was like, let me go ahead and do this. Let me commit.
Man.
Oh, we're very humbled and honored. Yeah.
We appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Very honored, man, because you got a lot of history, and I'm glad the people who just may not have known your history, they got to, hear about it and see it tonight. So, man, we thank you. We're honored to have you as your first interview. You know what I mean? And this is history we made tonight on the G-Lew show. So anybody who missed anything tonight, you can go back on this site on Blog Talk Radio and listen to it, or you can go on YouTube, just dig it up, G-Man, the G-Lew show. and hear this classic interview. And G, again, we thank you, man, for joining us tonight, because I know you're a busy man and you don't do this a lot. So for you to take your time out and do the favor for Jeff and me, it's very appreciated, bro. And much love to you, man, and much success. And we'd love to have you back anytime.
Yes,
thank
blessings
you.
to your prosperity and Happy New Year, and keep that 2020 vision going and all of that greatness that you're putting out there, because you're definitely on God's plan. Your journey is definitely God's plan, especially with you saying that I'm not done. I still have a lot of work to do. So you keep on inspiring and doing what you're doing, because the young man that called in and gave you that salute, that tribute,
man, he gave
awesome.
it up.
That was amazing.
That was
amazing.
That was. Shout out to Gary, man. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, really represented for you, man.
That felt good. I needed that.
Yeah. Yeah, he gave it up, man. Shout out to Gary, man. And shout out to you, G Stan, man. We appreciate you again, man. I can't say enough for you taking out your time. It was a classic interview, and just thank you, bro. And much success to you.
And we need a drop.
New Year like that. Oh yeah, we need a drop. Yeah. Thank you, Gene.
We need a drop.
Please, before you go, do a drop for the G-Lew show. Just shout out to G-Lew show, Queen Jean, G-Lew. Anything else you want to add, so we can have for the archives. I'll clean it up later.
For the G-Lew show.
Yes, sir.
That's what it. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. Getting old my memory. But yeah. This is G-Man Stan up here with the G-Lew show, and it's on. I appreciate it, all the love, and this would definitely be something I would listen to be educated in the rap game.
Thank you, sir. Well said. Much love again, man. Thank you again. Thank you, G. Happy New Year, bro.
Thank you for the interview. Yeah, truly.
Okay.
Thank you for the interview.
Thank you. Okay, guys.
All right, man.
Take
God
care.
bless you. All right.
Okay,
much love. Hey, man. Peace and love. Everybody listening again, once again, that's the legendary G-Man Stan, man. It's a classic interview. If you miss anything, like I said, you can go back on this link when the show is done. Blog Talk Radio, the G-Lew Show, Flashback Fridays, G-Man Stan, legendary super producer out of the Bay Area, man. His catalog is very, very deep, and, we're just honored to have him, man. So thank you. Shout out to my homeboy, Jeff Quan. We're going to get Jeff on here to talk one day. He don't like to talk. He's really in the cut, man. But Jeff makes it happen.
He behind the scenes.
Much love to Jeff. Yeah, he be behind the scenes with it, man. But shout out to Jeff. Love you, bro. And we got big things coming up. We were talking about Pooh Man and all that. Pooh Man has just been confirmed to come on the show in a couple weeks. So we're going to have Pooh Man on here. We're going to have the Who Riders on here. And like Tweed said, I don't want to talk too much more about him because I don't want to sound like I'm bragging. But we got some great stuff coming up in 2020. You know what I mean? G-Lew, Queen Jean. We got OG Sundays, Westside Wednesdays, 2 other platforms that are blown out the water. And then we represent with Tweed on Thursdays, man. So once again, shout out to our sponsors, BTP Media Group, 93.3 FM ISM, Westside Car Club, OG Music, Queen Jean, G-Lew. We'll be right back after this.
And put the needle to the grind. Representing one kind, seeing eye for the blind. Witness what I carry on bears a further purpose. From how we do slam a few, then you wanna purchase a dialogue of funk. You love to pop it in your trunk. I win more discipline than a Shaolin monk. Pete Rock and CL, well set to spark it. The powerful target to destroy the black market. But when you say black, listen, I don't know, you lose me. I guess another beggar can't afford to be choosy. I come to the maximum, artist on the major label. Any duplication of this one is fatal. On 125, I gotta hit your live, beat your ass with my tape, any race or shape. Cause if they got mine, they got yours too. But together, here's what we gotta do. This ain't what works. That's right, y'all. We got to. Everybody must. Yeah. It's like that. The funk legacy I pass on, clearance rates every time we sample all the pastime great. Stick it in the SP 1200 P to make a loop. Lovely way to troop in the Lexus coupe. Just a little bit, set to make a whole lot happen. The musical inside my rapping, written by the CL, produced by the PR, and any credit that you heard thus far. I start from scratch cause the bassline's critical, better than the original who first made it. Now you wanna sue me, but fans never boo me. Believe I know the times we've been broke too, G. Here's another sample clear, see you get the hell out of here. Like a bootleg, you're over for the year. You only get the credit where the credit is due. So listen, what I shout out is true.
You got to tell them to. You got to tell them to. That's right. Come on. That's right. Straighten it out.
Like the strands of limbs, roll them thick and that's said. Here to go to the head and count the locks on the dread. I and I lit to verify, throwing to multiply. A theory many thought a conspiracy. Here to let you know that it applies to all of us. You know exceptions to the rule and that's a plus. Cause who job blessed, let no one curse. Straighten out what I be about, reckon above the clout. And let the management work for me. Because I don't need the unnecessary hostility. A proper marketing plan so we can gobble up the dough. Straighten it out so everybody know the kids are official with the purpose of a smooth surface. Kicking the surface one time to make them nervous. We're finally here and very long overdue. Pete Rock, this one's for the crew.
Everybody must. You gotta. Everybody must. You got to. Come on. All black people must. Everybody must. The YGs they must. The hilltop they must. The whole money earning must. Everybody must. Come on. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hey, it's the G-Lew show. Flashback Fridays, the G-Lew show. I want to shout out to some of my people out there. Shout out to my homeboy Big D tuning in Tampa Bay. What's up, homie? Shout out to Dee Harrison, a.k.a. Pamela. What's up, baby? Shout out to Miss Jane out there in Washington. And shout out to the Reverend Ali, my brother from another, man. Much love, peace, and soul. You dig? Flashback Friday.
The infallible sound, Blue Magic. The Milwaukee Mac, Godzilla. The original South Central Peace Spitter, Sweet Cadillac.
Girl, get dressed and close your legs. Listen close to what I say. Your body's golden, you're so fine. I'd rather make love to your mind.
When I see you, unless I see you first. And if I see you first, know I'm going in your purse. Pump it out your butt, divvy up the snappers. Under pimperess from a low down bastard. With the lyrical, not about the physical. Mathematical, my point need a decimal. For the sexual, I dodge and I duck. I'm worse than a hole, I be charging for a neck. Coming out the cut like I'm bad luck, slept rock. I be dealing with them dumber than a dirt rock. Why do you really think it's all about some choke chop? I shoulda left you sitting on the bus stop in your neon, looking like a peon. Baby girl, I'm smarter. Dummies don't bother. You best triple check, Google up my status quo. I P-Squad, bust a broad from the idiot.
Girl, get dressed and close your legs. Listen close to what I say. Your body's golden, you're so fine. I'd rather make love to your mind.
I got your number, and baby, I'll give you a call. But it's gonna be a while, so you can keep the draws. No kissing, climbing up the walls. I'ma keep it P.I. and do what I was taught. Sex ain't free, so you can give me some cheese. And if it ain't about $1, then you ain't messing with me. I need to stand on your back and get a choosing fee. And and I learned that there from the P.I. Snoopy. If you choose me, girl, that's fine. Before I touch your body, gotta have that mind. Sex is free, baby, back to the line. If you talking to me, then you paying for time. First with the bread is the first in the bed. Pimpin' up in here, that's what Pimpin' Kid said. Wipe a boss down, girl, keep me well fed. You wanna do it all when I'm in your head.
Girl, get dressed and close your legs. Listen close to what I say. Your body's cold and you're so fine. I'd rather make love to your mind.
I done seen it, done it all in between. Never been a fiend for a gal on the scene. All about the cream, wasn't all I could eat. All about the shine with the armor all sheen. You can think or do whatever, baby, feel free. But you gon' put it down 100 to the P. I truly understand how sex got you through. I ain't tripping off nephews, the coochie including you. All about your brain cells, mind over matter. Anything shorter that you're falling off the ladder. Don't be surprised, no response to your chirps. If the truth hurt, it can get a lot worse. I can't stand a knucklehead, put away your breakfast, sis. More concerned about my economic deficit. Laying in the bed with you ain't even in my head. Unless it's for some money, honey, buddy, what a phrase.
Girl, get dressed and close your legs. Listen close to what I say. Your body's cold and you're so fine. I'd rather make love to your mind.
Sir.
They say it's about stunting and about having things they can't even pronounce. We say it's about respecting the OGs and how new homies do their thing. It ain't always about the club. It's about the crew, the crib, the kickback. Remembering where you're from once the whole world knows your name. You see, I love the Bay just like I love LA. Compton, Long Beach, Inglewood. We don't forget because we can't. That's why we keep it 100. Keep it trill. Keep it G. Keep it Coke 45.
Don't be blinded by all the lights and dreams, the nights and scenes and shiny things, the jewels and all the fancy clothes, the skins and shoes and cars. It will all look like glamour, but you'll fall if you can't handle.
One time for the life, everything you envision, you can witness it tonight. Stars, spangled banners, blue stars, red stripes, 7 tray Chevys, wet paint, loud pipes, diamonds on my neck, though I never like to floss. Made a lot of money I done lost. Age 15, I was cooking up the soft, had $1 million plan with $1 grand to start off. Fast for the game, but I'm still in my prime. Still smoke good, but my life's on the line. Hustle when I grind, so I shine with the beat. To my pops who was leave me, I say rest in peace. Straight from the streets, on my way up to the club. To pop a couple bottles for my followers some love. Then I'm out the door, time to catch another flight. Light a blunt, have a toast to the light.
Don't be blinded by all the lights and dreams, the nights and scenes and shiny things, the jewels and all, fancy clothes, expensive shoes and cars. It will all look like glamour, but you'll fall if you can't handle.
Fresh off off the flight, now I'm back up on the scene. Fast life, living like you visioned in a dream, know what I mean? Told you that the money stack high in Atlanta like a hawk, nigga, I'm so fly. Smoking on that good, so you know I stay high. I get this shit imported straight from Cali overnight. Call me what you want, G-Lew or Gangsta Lou. I does what I does, nigga, just through you. Attracted color blue like moss to a flame. I'm a good nigga, so I give good game. Money over fame, I'm addicted to the sight of them big face $100 bills when I write. Make a wrong turn, I could always go right, cause I walk by faith, on me never by sight. Call it what you want, I'ma call it what I like. Nighttime city lights, I'ma call this my life. Don't be blinded by all the lights and dreams, the night it seems, and shiny things, the jewels and all, fancy clothes, expensive shoes and gold. It will all look like glamour, but you'll fall if you can't handle. The fast life, I'ma end it with a long night. Smoke a blunt of kush, then push to the sunlight. We having fun like every day's a holiday. Smoke good, drink good, fuck what you gotta say, cause you's a hater anyway, yeah I said it. Fast life, living cash money, no credit. You can never edit what I say, it's the truth. Evil money trails, you can trace it to its roots. Aim when I shoot, never change what I do. I get love from my fans, I'm the man in this booth. Haters can't stand what I do, what they mad at. OMG's president, headed where the cash at. Money over bush is the aspect. PMI publishing, homie, check the ass cap. Now we run speed laps, marathon sweepstakes, fast life living. When we finish, press replay. Don't be blinded by all the lights and dreams, the night it seems, and shiny things, the jewels and all, fancy clothes, expensive shoes and gold. It will all look like glamour, but you'll fall if you can't handle. Fast life.
I would like to welcome you to the Los Angeles International Airport, where local time is 9:13. We'll take our captain just a few more moments to taxi this aircraft to the gate. So we do request if you may leave your seats with your seatbelt securely fastened until our aircraft has come to a complete stop at the gate and our captain has not the fasten seatbelt sign. In addition, please keep our aisles clear while carrying on luggage and do use code when opening overhead bins. Medical services during flight.
Yes, sir. The G-Lew Show, Flashback Fridays, man. Another great episode. I want to thank my guest, the legendary G-Man Stan. I want to thank my co-host, the lovely Miss Queen Jean. Queen, what up? You still with me?
I'm still with you. I really enjoyed that interview. That was, like you said, classic. You know, first interview that he's ever done. Wow.
Right. Right, we did that, Queen.
Yes.
We did that.
Yes. That was awesome. And very informative, too, you know, Wapale and Lettucey and, oh, wow, you know.
Right. Oh, now, legends.
Yes, legends.
Man did that.
Yeah.
Shout
Great
out to Gary,
interview.
the homeboy that called in. He showed much love, too, man. He had
yes,
a lot of,
he
man,
did.
he just, the way he spoke, he just
broke
said
it down.
everything I wanted to say. He broke it down. Like, he broke it all the way down, man. Like, much love to Gary, man.
Yeah.
That, man. Yeah, great show. And we're not done. You know, we're going to hang out after hours, but I want to bring you back to speak anything that we needed to speak on, being that it's Friday. They won't hear us again till Sunday, the legendary OG Sunday show with me, you, Flossie B, Hank. And you know what's going down there. But anything that we need to speak on tonight, Friday night, the third day of 2020?
Yeah, we need to pray for our world with this bullcrap that Trump has pulled. We really need to pray for the, you know,
the Middle
for
East.
What's happening, you know. Yeah, because
it's going down right now.
Oh yeah, it's getting ready.
You're not
to be
aware,
heavy.
you better get aware. It can get ugly. It's about to get ugly. You know, it can
right
get
in
ugly.
your own,
I hope it does.
Right in your own neighborhood.
It can get
right
ugly.
in your own hood. You know, it's getting ready to get ugly. Somebody said that they noticed that the the Jews have put bodyguards like in front of their homes and stuff because they're really scared. You know what I'm saying? Because this is some real shit that he did. You know, it's it's really some cold stuff. And with him doing that, he can't be impeached. You know, you can't impeach a president when there's a war going. So, you know, it's all selfish. So just basically
all
that. Just
strategic.
Yeah, that part.
But he kicked off some real shit with them dudes over there because they hot about that. It's like they all coming together, thousands of them. It's people turn on your news, your CNN, and get in tune with what's going on. Because, like you said, we're talking stuff on here, but it's real right now. Outside, man, go outside. Like if you see, I put my post outside, man. Go outside. It's real, man. So be in tune about what's going on in this 2020. I'm glad you spoke on that, Queen.
In your own neighborhood that's mad about that, and because you're an American, they can take that out on you just on GP.
Right.
You know, just on GP. Right. So you got to really be careful now because he has ignited a whole lot. You know, even though the guy that he took out, he said it's been 2 decades that he took. You know, had soldiers that was suicide bombers and stuff. My son-in-law, my grandchildren's father, he was a victim of that. He was blown to pieces at the age of 28 from a suicide bomber in Iraq. So, but it's still, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's bittersweet for me, but you got to think about the nation. You got to think about people. You know, you got to think about now all these military families whose children have just signed up to go into the military. They're going to go to war. You know, these guys, these youngsters. Some of them are hungry for it. They gun ho for it, but some of them are probably just in fear. You know, like we can really go to war.
Right.
So just with that being said, and then I was one just to say, for anybody who has Hulu, there's this show on called Black Market. It's very interesting. I recommend that be watched. It's very interesting. Have you seen it yet, G-Lew?
No, I haven't. I'm glad you put me on
to it. It's called Black Market. It's really good. I've been watching that. And then I just want to leave everybody with a quote, you know, to our audience. Follow your intuition. It will always lead you to the right destination. And since this is the year 2020, visionary, follow your intuition. It will always lead you to the right destination. And that's about it. You know, peace and blessings and love to you all.
That part. Queen Jean, the lovely Miss Queen Jean, my co-host. I can't do it without her. She you know, she brings the other side of me and you know, makes it sound how she makes it sound, you know. So shout out to Queen Jean. Also OG Sundays, if you want your announcements announced, because Queen Jean does these announcements on Sunday, get at her on Instagram, Queen Jean of the G-Lew Show, and Bernice Berkeley on Facebook, I believe, and inbox her or Jean Berkeley on Facebook, and get at her, and she does the announcements, and she will announce anything you need announced, you know. So get at her about that. And also, if you want sponsorship on the G-Lew Show, get at me, LouLee4@yahoo.com, or if you have any anything you want to talk about, people you want to bring to the show, you want to do business, whatever, get at me, LouLee4@yahoo.com. Follow me on Instagram. Everything's the G-Lew Show. Just Google the G-Lew Show. You'll get the music. You'll get the show and everything else you need to know. You dig? And shout out to my sponsors, 93.Tweet FM is my Uncle Tweet Cadillac, man. 93.8. If you missed last night's show, go back to Blog Talk Radio in the archive.
That was a good show.
If you right now, when we get done and you still, you know, in the mood and all that, you got your shit rolled up, or you drink your wine, your Moet, your Clico, whatever you want to do, pull up the Tweet Cadillac Show, 93.Tweet FM Ism. Last night was classic, man. That's all I'm gonna say. So shout out to my loved one, Tweet Cadillac, man, my brother from another. Shout out to Rev Ali, Dee Harrison, Miss Jane, Jeff Kwan, you know, everybody out there that's showing us love. Snow, Skip Toying, what up, Snow? Shout out to Boo Boo, Mama Boo from that Athens area, you know. Shout out to Big D, G Hank, Flossie B, Malik Spellman, Dr. Ism, you know what I mean, the LA Peacemaker, man. Everybody who has a part of this show and that's a part of this show, we love you, man. And, you know, keep tuning in with us. We got a lot of good stuff coming up for 2020. Want to give a shout out to my homeboy Kev Mac Videos, man. I'm proud of my homeboy Kev Mac. Man, Kev Mac been making history. He made history again, and now he got it now unlocked, the #1 channel for the history of the gang culture and the LA culture. Shout out to my homeboy Kev Mac. Check him out on YouTube as well. And now we're in the after hours, man. So I'm gonna be here for a minute if you want to hang out with us. Oh, go ahead, Queen.
I just wanted to get your information, your Yahoo for, so I can just start putting that in the announcements too. It's what? What is it? Lewlee 4, LEWLEE 4 at yahoo.com. Lewlee 4 because I'm the fourth. I'm Lewis Lee the fourth. Lewis Lee House the fourth. But Lewlee 4 at yahoo.com. Rest in peace to my pops, Lewis Lee the third, the legend. And I want to just say shout out to my daughter. I love you, baby. Deidre Alyssa, Newly, a.k.a. everything. Shout out to my mama. That's all I want to show love to my loved ones. Go ahead, Queen. Oh, no, I'm good. I just wanted to make sure I had that.
Okay.
I have everything else, so I just wanted to start including that, when I'm doing my thing on social media. So
okay. Because she does her thing on social media. She does her thing. Jean Berger, Queen Jean of the G-Lew Show. Also, she's a model as well. She sponsors Tweed Cadillac. She models the Tweed apparel, and shout out to Chico's Tacos in Long Beach, and everybody that's affiliated. Shout out to Fun Diggity Funnel Cakes, MagnificentWax.com, Sunsound Concerts, and all that right there, man. We showing love tonight. It's a G-Lew Show. Stacey Adams. Tweed Cadillac, man.
You got Stacey Adams.
Tweed Cadillac is sponsored by Stacey Adams, man. It don't get no more player than that, man. It don't get no flyer than that.
Exactly.
When you get sponsored by Stacey Adams, you are official. Like when you see those celebrities that got the check on their Instagram or the Twitter, that means you're verified. Tweed Cadillac, you are verified, man. You know what I mean? Tell you, boy, man. Inspiration right there. Tweed. Inspiration, Kev Mac, man. I love y'all, big homies, man. The G-Lew Show after hours. We'll be right back after this commercial sponsored by Kev Mac Videos.
Validation shit. Look. Validated 29 back on the line. It's the return of the Loch Ness rider on the grind. Moving through the open scope, still packing iron. Picked up a little weight, fat around the gills, but my mind still tight, sharp, double-edged steel. Watch who I fuck with, whispering a hand sign. Few casting questions, treat them like a landline. Stop that, calibrate the joint. 1030 catch you up, validation points. Only point, not the obvious. Eyes might look inside. Whole block affected, but suffering. Open mouth, out the pops, master blast. Haters with the cannon out. So is that attention? 4 o'clock, stand account. Lifted off a sour deep, feeding bust a sour crowd. Look, Monster Cody in this motherfucker. Check it out. Look, off the top. Check me out. I'm kosher like a synagogue, a bob and weed. Yeah, that's off eating fentanyl and fucking with me. I stand still, make the earth move, establish the G. Represent the realignment, consolidate, power base. Soldier getting in, rest getting the tax rate. Soldier getting in, rest getting the tax rate. Fuck going on early, we gon' ride to the max day. Had these niggas leaking like titties when they lactate. Woo! Look, check it out. I'm here with Kev Mac in this motherfucker. I got my elder in this motherfucker. I cook him good stock. South Central, off the block. Look, West Side. Check me out. Look, check me out. Look, 6 to the 9 timeline with the gang shit. We wasn't thick, was the way to the way it was. My cousin Blood, Levi's, khaki suits, silver satin, leather jackets, Ace Deuce. We used to kill shit. Time Frost record hops. Chops is hot, team 29 on the block. Wasn't no clock, clack, rocks, or no boombox. Homies got down wherever they got mad at. Buys and that's just a bad motherfucking cat. Rockin' the phone, slow stepping with they waist back. Biscuits and Romeos, Croco Sacks, all that. I'm telling y'all, when Q start up in the party hard with his chest out and got it started. Then what we did with the zip guns wasn't right. Sipping on night train, dipping rats and kryptonite. Slap boxing, knocking us out the box. Hands like rocks, muscle bulging out of slingshots. Found a bit of power, then we started hanging quick. For over 50 years, banging this crip shit. Monster Cody, Kev Mac from Road 6 to this motherfucker. Monster from Gangsta. Q's OG Magnificent 7 original West Side. Crip. Found this shit. We come from good stock. South Central, Los Angeles. Motherfucker can't stand it. Sending my props out and my respects to the family of Big Bob.
A message to the Oreo cookie. No matter how much you want to switch, here's what they think about you.
Gold teeth, gold chain wearing, fried chicken and biscuit eating, monkey ate baboon, big dive, fast running, high jumping, spear chucking, 360-degree basketball dunking, titsoon, spade, mulling yarn. Go to fuck back to Africa. Go to fuck back to Africa. Go to fuck back to Africa.
Think about it, fucking sellout.
Here we go, one station 103.787, and we won't be listening to Ice Cube or America's Most Wanted, because that's bullshit. Get that shit out of here. Straight R&B, straight R&B, straight R&B.
Wait a motherfucking plug it, I'm about to disconnect his ass. Turn off that motherfucking radio.
Turn on the radio, take a listen, what you're missing. Personally, I'm sick of the ass kissing. What I'm kicking to you, well, I'm getting rotation. Nowhere in the nation, program directors and DJs ignore me. Cause I simply say fuck top 40, and top 30, top 20, and top 10, until you put more hip-hop in. Then I might grab it over 10 that you're down with the scene, and go and diss me in a magazine. I'll get your figure, the public contingent. DJ face down in the river. No, it's not a threat, but a promise. I'm as crazy as it comes. See, mama didn't love me. All I got is my 9, and the kind of savage beat. There's the Alpine.
Turn off that bullshit. Turn off that motherfucking radio. Turn off that bullshit. Turn off that motherfucking radio. Turn off that bullshit. Play the music, motherfucker. Put the music on.
Damn. Turn it to the radio, listen for a minute. Yo, G, stick a fucking tape in it. Cause all the radio do is tango. That R&B love triangle. Now if you out there kicking it with the brothers, you don't care about lovers. You wanna hear a young nigga on the mic going buck wild, throwing that flow and showing new style. That's where I'm coming from. Reality, that's what they running from. So if you're down with Ice Cube, let me know that you know. Yo, turn off the radio.
You know what? Basically, those black guys and those rap guys, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. I hate those fuckers. I hate them. Especially that one guy, the America's Most Wanted. Ice Cube, I hate that fucker. Get him off the air. Get him off. Get him off. Get that rap shit out of here.
Give me the gap. I can smoke this motherfucker.
Hello? Hey, this is DEL. Hey, I'm calling for 3838 Twin Oaks Way. Yeah, I just wanted to call to say, fuck the...
Hey, man, we just up there motherfucking chilling, man. G-Lew, BBC, talking about this.
Smiling faces, niggas hating on me. Why niggas hating on me? I'm getting impatient. Niggas hating on me. Folks out of the way, but it never really mattered to me.
Can you feel it? Nothing can save ya, cause 2019 we straight getting this paper. We see no stacks, the 720s on the credit score, the 97 caddy with switches galore. We're from poor to the motherfucking Forbes, selling out the trunk, hand to hand, to knocking on doors and shit. Critically acclaimed gold medal awards and shit. Shoot us in the street, getting stabbed with swords and shit. Hit the studio, sit back and record this shit. Mix it down, bag it up to nickels and quarters, bitch. Independently distribute the orders quick. OG music, that's the label I'm soaring with. Damn, it feels good to be a G. For 30 plus years out of Bang BC. Back up in the studio with BBC. Still trying to figure out why these niggas be hating on me. Man, I put them in position to win, but all they did was turn around and act like I won shit. Man, I swear to God, this shit is a trip. Same niggas that be smiling in your face be the same ones a flip. Thinking I'ma slip, but nah, homie, I won't. Take another pull of the bomb and get ghost. Make a toast to the haters and chill. Most wanted from the coast like the homeboy chill. On the real, man, these niggas straight racist. Haters in the skies, call them smiling faces. Back to the basics, cause everything I got is on me. That's on my mama, 4 brothers, and my baby girl D. OG, neighborhood BC. The day I worry about a hater be the day I'm 6 feet. Back to the street, straight chasing the bag. In the S-Class Benz with the digital dash.
Smiling faces, it never really mattered to me. Smiling faces, niggas hating on me. Why niggas hating on me? I'm getting impatient, niggas hating on me. So 7 weeks, but it never really mattered to me.
G-Lew, OG. Watch out for the smiling faces, man. Smiling face, stab you in your back. Kid Cat, man. G-Lew, the G-Lew show. Man, I'm just gonna keep on dip, never slipping. Smiling face.
I wonder what it do. Wonder what it They say it's Escalade, 64 on board. In the gang, pain still the same. They knocking at your door. You wanna hold it all back? It's a sad, sad thing. You dirty low down. I wonder what it do. Tell me now. Won't you tell me now?
Independent, I'm in it, been getting my cash right. Walking through the daytime, holding my flashlight. Lifted, high as I could ever be. I'm lifted, drifting on the memory. My sound, my tone, my delivery. My maze is Frankie Beverly. Heavily influenced, I do it like you can't. I'm the weed to the zag with the bag of the drink. Get live, that's 5 on the black hand side. I try to stay slime with a piece of the pie. I heard fish don't burn in the kitchen. The baby gangsters, they in the hood and on a mission. You pump them up, they fuck it up. Now what you need to do is toughen up. Now chug it up. What it do, dawg? I thought you wanted to beat like Big Dog.
Church. You know, and one last thing. the G-Lew Show is one of the hidden universities of America. And you should tune in and send your tax-free dollars into the G-Lew Show, because you fuck around and get the grand prize of some ism and some real shit. But we real activated with this black thing. Don't get it twisted. We will switch vernaculars like a 458 Ferrari. Or that
Still up all night. Running this marathon. Look, now I can't promise commitment, but I swear we'll have fun. If you ask, I'll be honest, girl, you not the only one. Just a man on a mission, with my hand on my gun. Couple niggas that hate me, but way more people show love. Niggas trying too hard, they dying to fall. Turn around and hate on me like it's a crime to evolve. Too afraid to be different, too ashamed to just listen. See, I'm way too 100, so now they hate on my niggas. Tried to hate on my cricket, tried to hate on my business. Not to call you a bitch, they gon' hate on my business. So if you fucking with Nip, let you know my intentions. Got to think like a rider, you got to know your position. So if it's cool, then we can hop in my Mercedes coupe. Pop the cork off the Superior Bull. Crank the music, blowing circles out the roof, and just enjoy the view. She said, if you were mine. I said, if you were mine. Something with you, little ma. Matter of fact, hey, I'm not tripping, back and forth with your nigga. Scared to lose what you got as you looking for something different. Me, fly crippin', international trippin'. I got my numbers up and now they pay for my statistics. Yeah, young nigga, started off with a vision. Built the shit up from nothing to the critics, I ain't listening. Now, transition, so check out how I'm living. We V12 pushers and they transmissions is slipping. Nigga, get your bitch, cause I be bitch getting. Treat her like she wanna be treated, but I ain't tricking. Beat it like she want her shit beat it, but I don't kiss it. Just blame it on that shit that we smoking, plus we sipping. Look, double cups, she tryna double up. Cause I just hit it once, but she caught a double nut. Nasty, since she used to double dutch. Too quick to fall in love, what the fuck? She said, if you were mine. If you were mine. Look, now, if I was yours and you was mine, would you do me like you do him and have someone on the side? So, keep your nigga while I stay on my grind. Just hit me up and we gon' spend some time. Look, if I was yours and you was mine, would you do me like you do him and have someone on the side? So, keep your nigga and I stay on my grind. Just hit me up and we gon' spend some time. Right? If you are mine. All money in, no money out. If you are mine.
over the world. Had y'all all influenced by Compton music. All across the globe. Where you from? No. Compton, California. 90220. Compton music will make you have fun. Compton, California. It's still second to none.
1980s, we had entertainment in the park and at Dudo's, right on Central Avenue, and right next door was Skateland USA, where a lot of good Compton music was put on display. And not too far from there on Avalon Boulevard was the old Eve After Dark where Lonzo, the Wrecking Crew, Dr. Dre got their start at. It was a good feeling for Compton music. Yeah, the 80s. Mixmaster Spade, rest in peace. Toddy T, Mixmaster Ken, branching off a whole lot of good Compton music. On mixtapes, audio tapes, the real tapes. Before CDs. Easy, yeah. That King T, that Candyman knocking the boots. MC Ren, CMW. DJ Aladdin, High CN, still second to none.
Oh yeah, let's take a trip. Just sit back and light a slip with this and don't slip on a funky dope track. Just back, strapped with a fat Buddha sack and a 7/8 black on clean. Gangsta lean, I got green, but I serve dubs like it ain't no thing. I hang with OG players, don't set trip or you might get what we call a rat pack. I don't slack when it comes to street. I kick real G-funk to a gangsta beat. It's so sweet when you got money to spend. I got a proper big tilt and a fly big bench. I make ends, spend my dough on no foe. That's how it is and that's how it goes. Act like you know when I creep real slow, giving love to the players that I know is real G.
If you got love for them gangsters, let me hear you one time. If you're down with a crime, if you got love for them hustlers, let me hear you say ho. If you're making straight dough, if you got love for them players, let me hear you say ooh, ladies we want you. If you got love for them straight G's and you wanna be down, just scream.
Dumped up on fools with a quickness, and they got no cure for this sickness. I get paid for the way that I kick this, like a G-star, an OG-star.
Who's that?
A real player named Easy, and I live my life straight crazy. Don't need no punk fools paying me, and broke groupies and hoochies don't faze me. I take 2 steps back and release myself to put platinum and gold on a record shelf. I don't brag, but I tell it like it straight up is. Before you do a record, partner, handle your business. And don't get caught slipping on the under, or you might wonder
what's up on them ends, G?
I call a spade and get paid. G shows the way, so I give love to them.
If you got love for them gangsters, let me hear you one time. If you're down for the crime, if you got love for them hustlers, let me hear you say ho. If you're making straight dough, if you got love for them players, let me hear you say ooh, ladies we want you. If you got love for them straight G's and you wanna be down, just scream.
A-Z-Y, must I chase the cat and be a dog, a straight up hawk. I leapfrog to the sound of a gangster beat, so I can hear my record bumping on that OG-P-I-M-P and low, G and low. Hip hop thugs so quick to rush us straight to the dirt. Fool, I do work. Nobody move, nobody get hurt. That's how it is when it comes to me, cause I'm the short but wicked player named Easy. Women can't play me, some say I'm crazy, but I don't think so. Call me pure loco. I give the damn about a scandalous trick. Let me hit it one time, the trick that's it, but don't trip. Give my dough to no foe. That's how it is, I got no love for ya.
If you got love for them gangsters, let me hear you one time. If you're down for the crime, if you got love for them hustlers, let me hear you say ho. If you're making straight dough, if you got love for them players, let me hear you say ooh, ladies we want you. If you got love for them straight G's and you wanna be down, just scream. If you got love for them gangsters, let me hear you one time. If you're down for the crime,
like it, let me know. Going down in a real way. I need y'all to check out my other comrade, my co-defendant. He goes with the name of G-Lew. Yes, Westside Wednesdays, OG Sundays, G-Lew Show, Law Talk Radio. Check him out. He's on Wednesdays and Sundays. His call-in number is 914-803-4001. 93.3 FM. Ism, baby.
Hey, cuz, give me something for the motherfucking low riders.
Doghouse.
You know. Welcome to the house. Hear ye, come on, come on. Welcome to the house. A little something for my homegirls and all my dogs. Welcome to the house. Break a bitch at the same time breaking the law. Welcome to the house. Doghouse, do it to you so vivid and raw.
But I appreciate the G-Lew show, man. On some real shit. The OGs are rolling, man. I mean, I appreciate the Care of Mac videos. I appreciate everybody who's playing a role, who's calling in, everybody from the Baby Gangsters, Majestic, the Santanas, and every other gang out there that's really trying to make a difference in their hood and trying to educate their youngsters, man. We got to figure out a way to turn this tide because they throwing the keys away. They throwing the keys away. They not looking at us a second chance. They not looking at us twice. They killing us when we put us in the middle of the street. We getting killed out there in the middle of the street. So we got to figure out a better way. The only way we can figure out a better way, we got to start from within. We got to start where the poison begun. The poison begun is because we stopped educating. That's a poison. I appreciate the show, man. The G-Lew show, man. I appreciate the opportunity. I appreciate the partnerships. I just appreciate what we doing tonight, man. Anytime y'all want to talk about anything particular, I mean, y'all got me. Yeah. I'm a part of y'all family now.
Hey, what's up? This is Tom Capone. Every Wednesday night, I'm rocking with the G-Lew Show, Bay Area's finest. Hey, what's up? This is Tom Capone. Every Wednesday night, I'm rocking with the G-Lew Show, Bay Area's finest.
Loaded bases, that's my motivation. Nigga feeling lucky, we should go to Vegas. 2018, motor transportation. Got me feeling over anxious like a home invasion. My dough inflated and I'm more creative. Like a couple big deals, but it's no parading. Yes, a couple niggas every generation that wasn't supposed to make it out with the code to matrix. And when they get to speak, it's like a coded language. Reminds niggas that they strength and all the stolen greatness. We used to shoot at niggas at the mobile station. Full circle, mobile motivation. My self-educated through negotiation. Got these sharks that I'm sitting at the table with afraid to bait me. No 10 on my Mercedes, that's for inspiration. 2 kilos on my neck like the fucking 80s. Westside Sauce and Ave know my demonstration. Born and raised, y'all affiliated. It's really greatness. Riding around like I really made it. Loaded bases, I'm gon' Willie Mason. Yeah.
Listen to my ambition, cause I'm on one. Swinging for the fences for the home run. Even further beyond into the universe. But I've got to make it to first. It feels like every second's being stolen. I risk it for every ticket we sold them. You drop the ball, I'ma take it home. Bottom line, I'm gonna make it home.
I was sitting on my link and I start thinking, nigga ain't gonna make $100 million off in these streets. More than likely I'm gonna end up in somebody's precinct. Even worse than cares front the church, laid off in the hearse, I dealt with it. I ain't just out here for my help with it. I weigh the risk and the reward and think the scale tipping. Let's all get on one accord and take the world, niggas. Take the money, take the power and the girls with us. Can't buy that bullshit that they sell, niggas. They bring drug heads to jail, niggas. Look all these ways they derail, niggas. That's why respect me to the utmost when you see me, that's how I feel, niggas. Cause I ain't fail, niggas. I seen it coming, did not tell, niggas. Different lanes, same passion for the male, niggas. Switch lanes, all black, 2 glass ceilings. B12 too fast, nigga. Gone.
Listen to my ambition, cause I'm on one. Swinging for the fences for the home run. Even further beyond into the universe. But I've got to make it to first. It feels like every second's being stolen. I risk it for every ticket we sold them. You got the ball, I'ma take it home. Bottom line, I'm gonna make it home.
aka Atlas and Smoke, affiliate of OG Music, and you're tuned in to the G-Lew Show.
To my unborn child. To my unborn child. In case I don't make it. Just remember to my unborn child. Don't worry about what people say. To my unborn. Now ever since my birth, I've been cursed since I'm born to wild. In case I never get to holler at my unborn child. Many things learned in prison, blessed and still living, trying to earn every penny that I'm getting. And reminiscing to the beginning of my mission. When I was conceived, they came to be in this position. My mama was a Panther loud, single parent, but she proud when she witnessed baby boy rip a crowd to school. But I dropped out and left the house cause my mama say I'm good for nothing. So I'm out since I only got one life to live. God forgive me for my sins, let me make it and I never steal again or deal again. My only friend is my misery, wanting revenge for the agony they did to me. See, my life ain't promised, but it sure get better. Hope you understand my love letter to my unborn child. To my unborn. Fate, and you can never understand till we trade places. Tell the world I feel guilty to being anxious. Ain't no way in hell that I could ever be a rapist. It's hard to face this cold world on a good day. When will they let the little kids in the hood play? I got shot 5 times, but I'm still breathing. Living proof there's a God if you need a reason. And I believe in my own faith. Will I raise my kids in the right or the wrong way? Dear mama, I'm a man now. I wanna make it on my own, not a handout. Make way for a whirlwind prophesied. I wanna go in peace when I gotta die on these cold streets. Ain't no love, no mercy, and no friends. In case you never see my face again. To my unborn child. To my unborn child. To my unborn child. To my unborn child. Dear Lord, can you hear me? Tell me what to say to my unborn seed. In case I pass away, will my child get to feel love? Or we all just cursed to be street thugs? Cause being black hurts, and even worse if you speak first. Living my life as an outlaw, what could be worse? Cause maybe if I tried to change who I'm kidding, I'm a thug till I die. I'm a rider, man, touch bases, eat lunch and plus places. Regular criminal oasis, a waste up. If there's a ghetto for true thugs, I'll see you there. And I'm sorry for not being there. To tell your daddy was a soldier, me against the world, rest the boys and all my little girls. To the Lord, I'm eternal, rest in the peace, peace. Take care of all my seeds and my unborn child. To my unborn child. Please take care of all my kids, my unborn child. To my unborn child. This letter goes out to any seeds that I might not get to see because of this lifestyle. Just knowing your daddy loves you, got nothing but love for you. All I wanted was for you to have a better life than I had. So I was out here on a 24-hour, 365 grind. When you get to be my age, you'll understand. Just know I got love for you. And I see you if there's a ghetto heaven. This ghetto heaven, I'll be there with you. Take care. Run wild. Be smart. Follow the rules of the game. I know sometimes it's confusing. Rules of the game is gonna get you through all day, every day. Watch out for these snakes and fakes. Snakes coming down the dirt.
It's gonna be a monster, man. We gonna get that to be a monster.
Let
Ever since I was 13, my biggest problem has been just to find the right road to get to that rainbow that everybody talks about. Like most people get close enough to count the stripes, but they don't have enough guts to reach out and take that pot of gold.
And what are you going to do?
I'm going to walk off with the whole pot.
You going to share that with anyone?
There's a possibility I might share it with a little lady I just met who calls herself Diane. It's not going to be easy, though, baby. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be hard work.
I really have a lot of good feelings. I know when I first saw you, I just wanted to touch you and hold you. And there's an incredible excitement about you. Something very powerful.
Yeah, I had those good feelings about you when I first saw you.
So where do we go from here?
We go all the way to the top if you're not afraid. Everything's gonna be all right. I'm gonna be everything to you. I'm gonna be your father. I'm gonna be your friend. I'm gonna be your lover. But you gotta believe in me. You gotta believe that
in me, baby.
Everything I tell you to do is for the best. For both of us.
Come on.
It's a toast to what we're getting into.
Hey, this is just a toast to what we are getting into, baby. It's the G-Lew Show. Flashback Fridays, OG Sundays, Westside Wednesdays. We do it all, man. I'm joined by Queen Jean, the lovely Miss Queen Jean. She wears her crown very well. Stay down for your crown. Shout out to all the ladies, fellas, gentlemen, players, playettes that tuned in tonight. We will be back on Sunday night, same time, same place. So please tune in because you will get a great experience. I love you all. I'm going to leave you with this right here.
Growing up can be a pain. You're not a man until you come of age. We're giving up our teenage years in the effort to pursue our career. Who assumes responsibility of having to support our family? Who's protecting us from harm? Is there anyone around that we can trust? Pursue our questions, looking for the answer. But we are taught a lesson every time. Through mistakes, we learn to gather wisdom. Life's responsibility falls in our hands. Wisdom helps us understand. These are the things that change boys to men. Oh, the goals we set may exceed reality. Failure always is a possibility. Who can tell us that we're wrong? It's up to us to figure out what life is all about. Pursue our questions, looking for the answer. When we are taught a lesson every time. We learn to gather wisdom. And wisdom helps us see our responsibility. Oh yeah, wisdom helps us understand.
you know what I mean, you're going to lay in the bed you make. You're not going to get away with nothing in terms of the energy. You know what I mean? You might beat the camera or the police. They might not catch you for what you're doing, but the energy is always going to return to you. So when you just living in this cycle of being negative all day and just putting out negativity and that's the only energy you putting out, it's going to return to you in different form than you put it out in. So I would just say, you know, master your energy. Do your best to master your energy and what you put out, you know, and unless that's what you want, you know, because you entitled to whatever you want to create, whatever experience you want to create for yourself. But if you're tired of that shit, adjust the energy. You know what I mean? As best you can. Adjust what you wake up thinking and what you say. And then, lastly, what you do. And that's not an easy thing to do because it's such a pressure in these areas to just go by the way things are.
No. Hey. I ain't mad at you. No, I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you. Check out the story. Now we was once two brothers of the same kind, quick to approach a ghetto cutie with the same line. You was just a little smaller, but you still roll. Got stretched to YA, hit the hood swole. Remember when you had a Jerry curl, never quite learned. Drinking 90 proof on the roof, tripping off Sherm. Collect calls to the tilt, singing how you changed. Or you a Muslim now. No more dope games. I just got the phone call, heard you got bail. Wanna go to the mosque, no time for females. I'm losing touch with my homie, he's a changed man. He hit the pen and now no sinning is the game plan. When I say I'm living large, all you see is the struggle. When I say I'm still thugging, all you see is the trouble. Congratulations on the wedding. I hope your wife knows she got a player for life. And everybody miss you. I know we grew apart, you probably don't remember. I used to beg for your sister but never did get with her. And I can see us after school we bombed on the first player haters with the wrong set on. Now the whole thing's changed, cause we don't even kick it. Got a big money scheme, and you ain't even with it. Knew in my heart you was the same young brother that when it's time for woe, go toe to toe and watch your brother's back. I can't even lie, cause I ain't laughing at you. You trying hard to maintain, but go ahead, cause I ain't mad at you. 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 We used to be like distant cousins fighting, playing dozens, whole neighborhood buzzing. No, that we wasn't. Used to catch us on the roof or behind the stairs. I'm getting blitzed and I reminisce on all the times we shared. Besides bumping and grinding, wasn't nothing on our mind. In time, we learned to live a life of crime. Rewind me back to a place was much too young to know. I caught a felony loving the way the guns blow. And even though we separated, you told me to wait. Don't get nobody my loving while I be locked up state. I kissed my mama goodbye and wiped the tears from a lonely eye. Said I'll return, but I gotta fight to fix the ride. Don't shed a tear, mama, I ain't happy here. I'm through trial, no more smile. For a couple of years, they got me going mad. I'm knocking busters on their backs in my cell, thinking, hell, I know one day I'll be back. But as soon as I touch down, I tell my girl I'll be there, prepared to get loved at. My homies wanna kick it, but I'm just laughing at you. Y'all play too many games, and I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you. Forgive us for living while all my homies stuck in prison, barely breathing, believing that the world is a prison. It's like a ghetto we can never leave. A broken rose giving bloom through the cracks of the concrete. So many other things for us to see, things to be. Our history so full of tragedy and misery. To all my homies never made it home, the dead peers I shed tattooed tears for when I'm alone. Picture us inside a ghetto heaven, a place to rest, finding peace through this land of stress. In my chest I feel pain coming sudden storms. Life full of rain in this game, watch for lead thorns. Our unborn never got to grow, never got to see what's next. In this world full of countless threats, I beg God to make a way for our ghetto kids to breathe. Show a sign, make us all believe, cause I ain't mad at you.
For all the homeboys that passed away,
I ain't mad.
All the homeboys locked in jail, all the people that lost a loved one this year, I ain't mad at you.